Hello and welcome everybody to another wonderful round of GT4 racing here at TRACKILICIOUS. I am your host Saagar Bakshi. Mike Noss is out for the night, so you're stuck with me for the next 3.5 hours, folks. We've got plenty of action. We got GT rookies coming up at you right now. Then we've got the GT pros coming back at you. Spady Bud is here, Potts Weaver's here, Nailgun, Stanley, Rally Dushy, Mr. Roo, Potts Weaver. Who else am I missing? Where's Adam Strange when you need him? Where's the Raccoon Man when you need him? They're all here tonight. Thank you very much, everybody, for all of your love, and thank you very much for showing up nice and early for this wonderful championship series that we have going on for you. We've got some exciting news about qualifying disqualifications, and this might shake up the championship quite a bit, but we'll get to that in just a moment. Let's take a look at the calendar before we get started. GT4 rookies, that's tonight, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard is what you're looking at right now. GT4 open right after that at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we've got GT4 stuff going on for iRacing, and then on Tuesdays, we have the iRacing Championship for the NASCAR Truck Series. GT3 West Coast Championship on Wednesdays, that's going to be at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for you late nighters. This week we're going to be at COTA Circuit of the Americas, followed by the Nürburgring, Paul Ricard, and Zandvoort. The GT3 Championship runs on Sundays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 p.m. on Pacific Time. Special events coming up. We got our Spooky Suzuki. That's coming up on October 30th, just this month now. And Sun Sprint at Zandvoort, November 3rd. It's going to be hot, hot, hot as far as I could tell. Flooded Silverstone, I think the name says it all, on November 6th. Go ahead and join up for any one of those championship series. If you like what you see, exclamation point SimGrid in the chat for all of the details yet to come. For this GT4 championship, we got our qualifying session underway, so let's get to the action without any further delay, folks. And then we'll talk about all the excitement for the disqualifications for the qualifying session. These disqualifications do not disqualify anybody from participating in the race, of course. These just provide people an opportunity to serve their penalties in the qualifying session to not be too hindered during the race. So during this qualifying session, we have our championship leaders right now, Aaron Silva, Pedro Antoni. Both of them are disqualified from qualifying, and we've got Mr. Hansen, Alex Hansen to you, and we got Seth Lincoln, Cizeron, Pedro Antoni, and Renali also disqualified from the qualifying session. So they will be starting from the pit lane or starting from the back of the grid at the very least for this session. Got names we haven't seen before. We've got Thomas Storms, if I'm not mistaken. Thomas Storms leading the class right now, the 155.4. He's doing his best out there right now. His last was a 158. He might have to come back into the pits to improve. He's got a little bit of time on him right now, but not too much to his name. Jaeger Karu's up in P2 right now with a 155.690, that last lap being his best lap. Wilson Ortiz in third, Gustavo Casanova in fourth, Chris Sunderson is going to be in fifth, Ryan Eason, Mr. Reason, he's in sixth place right now with a 158.6. And Humph comes back from Cizeron, probably not too happy with his disqualification for qualifying. If you don't mind, what happened? What was the incident that caused you to do that? Give us a little bit of recap of what's been going on in your races so far to justify these disqualifications. And it's obviously no shame to have gotten one. It's just that you got involved in probably a lap one incident, and that happens to a lot of people. It happens to myself quite a bit. Elbows go out between drivers left and right and center, and now the second half of the grid is about to get going here for the final 10 minutes of this qualifying session. Cizeron says he probably kissed a wall, made out with it, put some tongue into it too, and that'll obviously be the cause and effect for a disqualification. I understand how that goes. Sometimes those walls need affection too. So I'm there to give him that love and attention and affection. Ooh, look at Jaeger Karu's livery there right in front of us, that AMG. just sitting there. That's the same AMG, or that's the same livery that he runs in the GT3 championship as well. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that livery was made none other by Neil Kerbel. So if you'd like to get a stylish and flashy livery made, go ahead and contact Neil Kerbel in the Discord, and I'm sure he can hook you up with something. Championship standings right now run as follows. Aaron Silva with 244, Pedro Artoni with 205, Christian Julian with 188. Thomas Storms is in 4th place right now, and Thomas Storms might be the one to shake up this championship, because I don't see Christian Julian here right now. So if Thomas Storms can get a win out of this and keep Aaron Silva and Pedro Antoni behind, he might be doing great things. Jeff Franks is in 5th place with 173, really close to Thomas Storms. Yeah, that's a lot of DSQs, Jumpy Geriatric Gamer. We got 6 of them right now. Dr. Porkchop is in 6th. Speaking of 6, Alex Hansen in 7th, Mario Jr. in 8th, Vicente Morera is in 9th, Wilson Ortiz is in 10th, Chase Donnelly is in 11th, Colin Slug, R.L. Brown, Jaeger Carr, Gustavo Casanova, Drew Friedberger, Rally Dutchy, Wade Georgian, Seth Lincoln, Chris Sunderson, Brian Menser, Ryan Eason, Omar Perez, Miguel Cicerone, Aiden Burke, Stefania Balakowski, Luke Nelson, Stefano Rinaldi. We got a lot of people signed up for this championship, and we've got quite a few people that are unable to attend, it looks like. A lot of DNSs down the order we go. Of course, there is one drop around for these drivers, so they are able to get back into the championship should you miss one, which is a good thing. Isn't Casanova an odd number? Casanova sure is an odd number, but obviously went out in the first session, possibly. We'll keep an eye on Casanova. And they're obviously still running around doing their thing, chicken wing style. That's how 21 goes. What's up, Doc Billy? What's up, Grumpy Geriatric Gamer? Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for entertaining me while this stream goes on. We've got quite a packed house. This is 21 GT4s going around this circuit right now. We've got the Aston Martin Vantage BMW GT4s. We've got the Chevy Camaro Jetta GT4, the McLaren, the Mercedes, a couple of Porsches, as well as the Audis. And the Audis are not on my list of cars that I know about. Unfortunately, ChatGPT is doing me dirty. This BMW rocking a inline 6 turbo twin with 431 horsepower. It's a nice mix of agility and power and good steering feedback. Appeals to a lot of racers here. Its inline 6 twin turbo power provides a nice sound and excellent torque delivery. And it's one of my favorite GT4s to drive out there. There's a big wiggle from Gustavo Casanova for Casanova Racing. Not having a great time out there. And still busting around, even though he is an odd number car. Perhaps he'll come into the pits this time around, or maybe he'll just stay out doing laps. Here comes Luke Nelson going, let's see what he just did as far as best times are concerned. Luke Nelson promoted himself all the way up into 3rd overall. Only a second off the pace. He's got a 156.320 to his name, doing a good job of keeping it nice and steady. Luke Nelson driving a AMG GT4. Not an AMG, an Aston Martin Vantage, excuse me. He's driving a 4-liter V8 with 495 horsepower. And it's pretty good with its stability and performance balance, making it well suited for various tracks. What's going on, Kyle Hirsch Racing? Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for coming to hang out with us for our Monday Night GT3 Championship. Someone give me a hydrate. I need it. We're only a couple minutes into this stream. It's going to be a long one, but I brought myself my trusty dusty water bottle. Not the Mike Noss level water bottle, but I've got one. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nailgun Stanley. Thank you very much, Jay Hall. Appreciate the both of you. fun fact, I've got fun facts for you. For Watkins Glen, did you know that the first official race was held in 1948, was a street race on public roads, making it one of the earliest road racing venues in the United States. The course has over 141 feet of elevation changes. This track is nestled in the Finger Lakes region, and the area around Watkins Glen is famous for its lakes, gorges, wineries, and making it a popular tourist destination year-round. One of the amazing events that they have here not only is about motor racing, but it's about wine. A whole lot of winos that come here, and not winos like me complaining about the GT4 traffic. This track was the first appearance of the Ninja Fly. Thank you, Jay Hall. I appreciate that. Was Watkins Glen the appearance of the Ninja Fly? I don't remember now. That was for the West Coast Wednesdays. I'm crying right now. That was so funny, Nailgun Stanley. We've got a race to focus on. Thomas Storms, Luke Nelson in second place. Jaeger Caru got bumped down to third. Wilson Ortiz in fourth. Gustavo Casanova is in fifth. Dr. Porkchop is in sixth. Chris Sunderson is in seventh. Mario Jr. is in eighth. Jeff Frakes is trailing in ninth. Ryan Eason holding on to 10th place. And Spady Bud, the resurgence of the Spady Bud, 159.035 being his last lap, and a good lap for him in that 2:21. But right now we're looking at Wade Georgeson as he's trying to get out there instead of lap. Kyle Hirsch, if you haven't looked at the YouTube shorts, you should go ahead and take a look. Exclamation point YouTube. And you should be able to find a clip of me getting assaulted by a fly. And I won't spoil the surprise, but there is a YouTube short about it. Nailgun Stanley, only love for you as well, brother. Thank you for putting a smile on my face on this grim day. But this day is about to get better because we've got wonderful GT4 racing ahead of us. One of my favorite things to do of all time is commentate on these races, and beyond me, you guys are some of the best subscribers in all of Twitch land. Honestly, and gloriously, so much love for you guys. You guys put a smile on my face every single time we come to the track. You guys are entertaining as heck. You guys keep it super professional. I love you guys so much. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. Honestly, this is one of the best things that I could do all week long. So thank you very much all for being here, and thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to be your caster as well here at Tracklicious. There's a wonderful staff that's involved to making all of this happen, including Dr. Porkchop, Chronotis, Neil Kerpel, Mike Noss, and Eric the Boss Gakasi, and obviously, and many more other hands that are always involved every single week. So everybody, thank you very much for putting up with the hard work. Jeff Franks as well, I believe, being a steward and leader for this championship. So everybody putting in hard work to make sure that this goes to the right direction and we don't get too far off track like I've just derailed. Thanking you guys a million times. So thank you very much for the last time, and let's have a wonderful race. We've got 25 seconds left on the clock. Thomas Storms leads. Luke Nelson leads. Jaeger Caru, Wilson Ortiz, Gustavo Casanova, Dr. Porkchop, Chris Sunderson, Mario Jr., Jeff Franks, and Ryan Eason. That's your top 10. But the talk of the town right now is our race in championship leaders. Typically, we've got some disqualifications for the qualifying. That's Aaron Silva and Pedro Artoni. Both of them are sitting in the pit lanes right now, and I believe they are all on the same team. This will be the Limit Road Racing team. Both of them off in the S's right now as they're sitting here on the pit straight, unable to do anything for their qualifying session. Derailed, more like teleported to the wrong planet, as Jeff Franks gives that wall a little bit of love. That thing was asking for it, if you tell me, you know. Erica Costian here to just sweep the floors, derailed, going to another planet. No, thank you guys. Appreciate it. AV Scott, what's up, brother? Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate you. Yeah, pass out the yellow flags. That is one of my favorite emotes of all time. Disco Jaden, what's up? The popcorn salesman himself. Thomas Storms, Luke Nelson. We've got 3 minutes left till we get over with this qualifying session. So let's head on back. Oh, excuse me. Spady Bud's still out here, out to improve. He's got about a half-second deficit right now. So maybe just out doing some siding laps, I think. Spady Bud trying to improve as much as he can, but really not working for him right now. He's driving the Camaro, and one of its strengths is going to be that Super V8 that it has, a 6.2 liter, pushing 450 horsepower with a muscular build and favoring drivers who like raw power and a robust driving experience, that's for sure. Its inline-6 twin-turbo engine provides a distinctive sound and torque delivery, appealing to driving enthusiasts all around. That's it for the qualifying session. We're going to head back over to the studio for just a moment before we get going right now. We've got about 3 minutes before we have our drivers hit the grid. And let's get back over to the live screen, and maybe we'll get to doing a little sexy jazz music. Everybody's favorite part of the stream, everybody's favorite thing that we like to see. It's the grid walk, everybody. We're going to get started in just 40 seconds time. Everybody trying to keep it clean. Everybody trying to do sneaky things, that's for sure. We've got our race leaders starting from the back. This is the rookie Squatchmonger, absolutely. We've got 2 races coming up for you. This is just race 1 of 2. So that's why you saw all those disqualifications that were rolling out, because those are all disqualifications from the previous session. But let's get this grid walk underway and let's see what the drivers are all about right now. Thomas Storms in P1 with a 155.257 in the number 88 Makataka. Then we've got Luke Nelson in P2 in the AMR. He's in 33rd position, in the number 33. Jaeger Carr rocking the Neil Kerbal livery, and he's got the Jaeger Prime car. Wilson Ortiz in the number 58 in 4th position, 1.1 off the pace. Mario Jr. is going to be in the 193 in 5th place. Gustavo Casanova is in the number 21 in 6th place, 1.5 off the pace. Dr. Porkchop DP, he's in 7th place for us in the number 71. Chris Sunderson is going to be in the number 18 at 8th place, rocking the Canadian flag. Jeff Franks, the number 73, 2.8 off the pace, is in 9th place. Spady Bud, Mr. Budman himself, number 221 in 10th place. Ryan Eason, Mr. Eason, rocking the Jurassic Racing car in the number 2. Wade Georgeson, the number 707, is in 12th place, 3.5 off of the pace right now. Rally Dutchy, 4.6 off the pace in the 621 in 13th position. We got RL Brown in the 996 in 14th. Thank you very much for the subscription, Cody Blanton. Aaron John in the number 24 is in 15th position. Then we've got Aaron Silva for Limit Road Racing in the number 16. Alex Hansen in the number 17 in the 390. Then going back, we've got Seth Lincoln, and he's in the AO Racing car, the 202. And we've got Miguel Cicerone in the AMR, 999 for him. And then we've got the Pedro Antoni car, the 997 in 20th position. And last but not least is Stefano Rinaldi, starting from the pits for TF Sports in the number 3 from Italia. Warm up lap for all the drivers coming around right now. one full lap to warm up the tires. Thank you very much for the subscription, Cody Blanton. 19 months, that's definitely almost a year. And don't forget, this is September right now, so you can go ahead and get your subscriptions for Twitch for a massive, massive, massive discount. And also, what you can do is you can pay for subscriptions in advance. Twitch has just added a new feature where you can buy months of subscriptions to your favorite channel in advance. So if that's something that you'd like to do, go ahead and bank up some time right now while things are on sale. Go ahead and get yourself a year, 6 months, 8 months, 12 months in advance while you can. And it's super cheap to be able to do so. Gonna take another hydrate real quick before we get started. Camaro of Spady Bud, who was out last for the qualifying session, starting in 9th place right now. Squatchmonger redeemed a fun fact. Fun fact about the bus stop, please. I can give you a fun fact about the bus stop chicane. Give him my fun fact. The bus stop chicane is actually one of the most famous sections of the track, known for its tight turns and elevation changes. A fun fact, was originally added to the course in 1990s to slow down cars and improve safety, but it quickly became a favorite for drivers because of its challenging nature. The chicane tests the driver's skill in maintaining speed while navigating sharp turns, making a crucial point for overtaking during races. And that's one of the things we'll definitely see here tonight. A lot of people will go for those opportunities there at the famous bus stop chicane. That bus stop isn't always there though, but is an addition to the track layout. Of course, if you want to run the full, if you want to run the short, if you want to go bowling for NASCAR, there's all sorts of different layouts here at the Watkins Glen racing circuit. One of my favorite tracks to ever race at due to its high speed nature and its steep elevation changes. It is amazing. The bus stop isn't actually a bus stop, contrary to the definition of a bus stop. Buses don't actually stop there, actually. I got facts ready for you about the boot now. Green, 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 away we go, everybody. The drivers are jostling for position left, right, and center. We've got Thomas Storms gaining a position into P2, Wilson Ortiz in P3. We've got side-by-side action up and down the grid right now. Thomas Storms is in P2. Mario Jr. promotes himself into 3rd place. Wilson Ortiz into 4th. Jaeger Garu is in 5th. Gustavo Casanova is in 6th. Dr. Porkchop is in 7th. And it's nose to tail right now. We might have some action at this bus stop chicane coming up very quickly, and it looks like an AMG got involved with a McLaren out in front. A little bit of bumping and banging, a little bit of lovemaking here, and the BMW looks like he's going on the inside. That's Casanova trying to go for a sneaky move on the AMG. That is going to be Jaeger Karu out in front, and there's a car turned around in the background. That might be Ryan Eason involved with Spady Bud. The 221 involved with another car. Can't tell who that was, but going for the bus stop chicane at the very start of this race is not the best thing to do. Action in the background as we see a couple AMGs going side by side for just a moment. AMG, AMG, AMG for just a brief second. There goes Wade Georgeson now trailing behind Aaron John, but Pedro Artoni trying to make a move here at the boot. Entering the toe, exiting the toe, on our way towards the heel right now. Everything looks like things are settling down. Gustavo Casanova trails Jaeger Caro by just about 3/10. Dr. Porkchop for himself is trailing around 3/10 of a second, and he goes a little bit wide there. Jaeger Caro on the optimum line, kissing that curb a little bit, but that BMW is not going to give up. Switching over to the inside line, trying to make something happen on Jaeger Caro, really just trying to be the intimidator. No, we know you're not Dale Jr., but he sure is trying to be that man. Here's Casanova using that V8 horsepower to try to catch up to the AMG that's in front. Thomas Storms now facing the background is Mario Jr., who's trying to do something sneaky. The other Limit Road racing car, the one who was able to do his qualifying session, kind of carrying the team on his back right now as far as competition is concerned, settling down into 4th position overall, trying to do things. Is someone disconnected from the server? I got Luke Nelson, Thomas Storms, Wilson Ortiz, and Mario Jr. right now. I think everything is looking all right. Steadily getting on the throttle here as they go through the outer loop section, and just timidly getting on throttle as they approach the chute. Deep deceleration zone, carrying a lot of speed. Luke Nelson kind of going a little too wide, goes out into the marbles, and there's Thomas Storms trying to look around the outside on the entrance to the toe. Can he get a switchback? I think not. He's trying to get one engaged, but just goes over the curb and undulates the car just a little bit too much. And there it goes. We got an onboard lap request from Aaron Silva. I've got you, big partner. Just want to keep an eye on this battle for just 1 second if we can. Make sure nothing sneaky happens in the background while we're not looking. Here we go. Ryan Eason and Pedro Artoni going side by side. There goes Mr. Reason on the inside, trying to make a look, but no, he can't act on it. Pedro Artoni is through. Let's get this onboard lap with Aaron Silva right now. Whoa! As he makes a look at Wade Georgeson through turn 13. And Wade Georgeson is wiggling and waggling that AMG around, trying to make something work, but it looks like Aaron Silva is able to go through very nice and steadily. Good job out of him. Great call for the onboard lap, as we were able to get that overtake in plain view, in clear sight. Thank you very much, everybody, for your Twitch participation. This has been an epic start to the race. We've got 15.5 minutes left, and there's another overtake right in front of us, in front of our very own eyes. Aaron John trying to go through on Rally Dutchy, and he does do so there at turn 1. Aaron John pulling off a phenomenal move, maybe a little bit of overtaking there between the 24, but he definitely went a little wide there now. Aaron Silva trying to catch up to Rally Dutchy as he was impeded from carrying as much speed as he wanted to. The Street Animals car is about to get eaten, and now Aaron Silva kind of backs out of it just a little bit early. Side-by-side action, no contact there between the two drivers, but he does go over the curbs, and that'll unsettle his car. The AMG of Wade Georgeson, you saw him in the rear view mirror. He got unsettled and thrown out for a loop there at the bus stop chicane. And the bus stop chicane is not where buses are stopping to pick you up. It's a nice, steep four-banger of a corner. And there goes Rally Dutchy going on a weird line, going way outside the track. This might be Aaron Silva's opportunity to do something up the inside here. No, not quite yet. Following and lurking in the background, it goes up the inside. What a move from Aaron Silva. And he able to hold on. He sure is. And he's going to wheel well along the inside of that BMW, but he's not carrying quite enough speed. He's going to have to do it into the braking zone. He does brake really hard, but doesn't give himself enough room, and there's a little bit of contact there. Both drivers have a big slide on those Pirelli tires, and then it looks like Pedro Artoni backs out of that to let that battle resume out in front. How was that for a full onboard lap there, Squatchmonger? I feel like you definitely got your money's worth out of that one. Let's stay on board for a little bit longer right now. The 621 lurking lurking right now. Can Aaron Silva do anything about it? No, he cannot. But now he's got a big old run going up the hill right now. The 621's got to back out. Aaron Silva's able to go through, holding on there at turn 1, just threatening there on the inside, doing a great job. And he's able to make that overtake look pretty easy. He is the intimidator. He is Aaron Silva. Casanova got passed by Jeff Franks, and a little bit of door bang there. That'll send Casanova off, so far off. We're going to go watch something else instead. How about Jaeger Caro chasing down Wilson Ortiz right now? Oh, we got more action right now. Aaron John was just getting past Aaron Silva for a brief moment. Positions inverted there. Let's check out our Tony and Rally Dutchy, and whoop, there goes Rally Dutchy, slips back at the toe and able to go back forward again. I almost don't even want to look at what happened there, that incident. We're just going to ignore that and pretend like that didn't happen. Everybody else still bunched up, having a great time. So these are the battles we want to watch. Aaron Silva got past Aaron John with relative ease. That AMG not doing great right now. That AMG has got a little bit of damage, perhaps. That V8 twin turbo producing about 510 horsepower, and it's got its advanced electronics to assist with the driver aids to help maintain performance and control during these races. Got a strong mix of power and handling with the advanced electronics, helps enhance its on-track performance. Aaron John seems to be doing quick work of it too, settling right now into the top 10. Here goes Jaeger Caro trying to chase down Wilson Ortiz. Let's go on board with him, see what he's doing here at the bus stop chicane. Getting on throttle right at the opportune time. There goes a big wiggle from Wilson Ortiz. JR Sim Racing dropping a sub. Thank you very much for following. Thank you very much for participating. Thank you very much, Mikey Sec, for the follow. 58 getting chased down by the 920. We've got another Intimidator out on site here at the Watkins Glen circuit, located in Watkins Glen, New York. Iconic track known for IMSA racing and the NASCAR Cup Series. But now, today, GT4 action is where it's at, up and down the field. There's been action all around, drivers staying within half a second of each other, trailing each other as much as possible. These various cars all producing different qualities in the way that they make up speed on this track, but they've managed to stay so close to each other somehow, some way. That balance of performance, doing a great job to maintain these cars' consistency and navigating these tight and twisty turns, and also these very good high speed sections here at the Glen. Take a look at Alex Hansen and Aaron John. There goes Aaron John a little bit off at the turn 14. And there goes Alex Hansen, able to recover in that 390, getting past the AMG with relative ease. That'll bump down Aaron John into 12th place as he gave up positions to Pedro Artoni and Alex Hansen now. Battle for the lead of the race right now. Thomas Storms is back in it, trying to chase down Luke Nelson. Two very different cars producing things in very different ways. The McLaren 520S GT4 has a 3.8 liter. Whoa! Almost runs right into the back of that AMR. Producing speed in very different ways, and there for sure. Approximately 540 brake horsepower, combining with sharp handling and high performance. It is versatile across many different tracks, and this car has advanced aerodynamic packages and components that enhances its downforce, improving its stability at high speeds. Not something you necessarily need here at the Glen, as there's only a few high-speed corners, such as the S's, entrance to the bus stop chicane, and the outer loop. Everything else is mid to low speed for the most part. But then again, talking about turn 14, pretty high speed, here we go. And then also turn 15, very high speed. One deep compression zone that you guys want to get into, and then back on the throttle as you see the flames emitting from the exhaust of this 570S. Taking a look at Aaron Silva right now, his next victim is going to be RL Brown. And as you said, yes, Silva with the fastest lap from the mid-pack. Driving with a vengeance for sure. He wants those championship points. He knows he can get them, and he knows he can get them by staying clean. And here's the move done on RL Brown right now. Set it up there at turn 1 and trying to make his way up through the S's. And he's doing a great job of holding on to this momentum that you really need at turn 1 in these GT4s to pull something like that off. It's not like you have a ton of acceleration to be able to punch out in a different gear or anything. You've got to carry that speed all the way through turn 1 to make a move like that happen, even well before the bus stop chicane. Well done to Aaron Silva indeed. He definitely watched the track guide video with Amadeo Castorino, with Mike Noss dissecting it play by play to let us know exactly what Amadeo is talking about, because Amadeo talks at a very entrance of the bus stop chicane. Wade Georgeson made a look at Ryan Eason. I'm glad that one didn't end in tears, and just backed out of that one pretty well. As I was saying, Amadeo is an esports level driver, a true professional at what he does, and sometimes what he says gets lost in translation a little bit, even for a guy like me who's been in love with Wade Georgeson crashing into the wall. And this is going to allow Stefano Rinaldi to have an opportunity here at the toe. Wade Georgeson trying to hold on, but I think Rinaldi is going to want to do something here as they approach the heel. He's stuck out under the marbles right now, collecting them as he goes, and now it's going to be into the braking zone. Who's going to brake later? It looks like the AMR is, and Wade Georgeson's going to fall back just one position. Stefano Rinaldi goes forward. Wade Georgeson trying to battle it out with Stefano Rinaldi still. Battle for 16th and 17th overall, but they're battling like it's the battle for the lead of the race. Let's take a look at this livery real quick. Wade Georgeson, the 707. He's got the Roo on the side. He's got the Australian flag plastered all over it. That is a clean looking AMG. Eric, go ahead and send me a DM, and I will reply to you as soon as the race is over, and we can work something out to make it happen at the same time. I will probably be available. Wade Georgeson in his slick Roo livery, and not Mr. Roo. There goes a big look at the bus stop chicane. And it looked like Stefano Rinaldi had a big loss there of time, and Wade Georgeson was actually able to improve by quite a bit, closing down that gap for under half a second. Doing good work here, staying with his compatriot, Stefano Rinaldi. Aaron John was the next closest battle on track next to Spady Bud, but Aaron John seems to have slowed down by quite a bit. Not seeing any incidences or yellow flags, but the gap keeps coming backwards and forwards from around a second to under a second, over and under. And we've got some send-its here in chat, people wanting him to go for it. He's got the opportunity. He's got to be a little less timid than he is. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock, everybody. The race is almost over. They're only going to get a few more laps out of this right now, running these 1 155s. We'll only get 2 more laps if my math is right. This one plus 2 more. Paramount Storekeeper, get out of here. We don't deal with bots. Here goes the battle for the lead of the race. Luke Nelson up the inside of the outer loop, trying to go for it around the outside, switching over to the inside right now towards the toe. Can he get it set up? This is nose to tail right now. Big mistake out of Thomas Storms. Allowed Luke Nelson to go in here and get a little bit closer than he should. Into the toe we go. The 33 and the 88 battling it out for the last couple of points here for this championship. Into the heel now. Things are settling down. Alex Hansen, Pedro Artoni, and RL Brown are all bunched together as well. This lap slap battle is going to get pretty hectic. Alex Hansen trying to go around the outside of the toe, but this is going to allow Pedro Artoni to be able to go through. Alex Hansen and Artoni are side by side right now. A little bit of door banging between them, but no paint lost. Is love lost between these two drivers. Alex Hansen switches over to the optimum racing line, trying to chop off the nose of Artoni. Can't quite get it done, or does he? Alex Hansen carries a lot of speed, goes a little bit off track there to carry his momentum through, and that Porsche might be able to hold on to this position over the 997. This is not where you want to go side by side at turn 13, but Artoni wants to hang on for as long as possible. They're still side by side through turn 14, and finally Alex Hansen can secure this position and go home with it. Thomas Storms, Luke Nelson, we gotta go back 30 for 30 to find out what happened here. Not far back enough, unfortunately. Here we go, side by side action, trying to go into the bus stop chicane. This is where the move is getting set up right now. Back to being in the lead. Luke Nelson, Thomas Storms battling out for the lead. The AMR tries to switch it up on the inside, and now he's going to go side by side towards the toe. This is the battle for the lead of the race right now. Luke Nelson, Thomas Storms doing a great job of showing how combative they could be. The 88 falls back. That's Thomas Storms. The AMR, the 33 goes forward. Luke Nelson carries on to P1. But the race isn't over yet. We've still got a minute left to go. The drivers are going to cross the line not once, but twice more times before we bring it home for the checkered flag. 33 leading the 88 right now. Let's take a look at Alex Hansen trying to do work on RL Brown. They're staying very close together as well. The number 10 position and the number 9 position still up for grabs, as well as the lead of the race. Things are not over yet. 41 seconds left on the clock, but we've still got one more lap left to go. One more opportunity for everybody to get their overtakes in place. RL Brown being the defender he can be, holding on to the inside line, positioning his car very well in the 996. This is going to allow Artoni back into the battle, though. He makes a big look on the inside. That's not where he wants to be for turn 14, though. Holding on, Alex Hansen, RL Brown, Artoni in the background. Side by side action coming down the front back straight right now. Let's get an overhead camera look at this. Alex Hansen's actually on the optimal line, and there goes Artoni up the inside in turn 1, carries the momentum. RL Brown goes wide, and it's going to be a three-way battle up the hill through the S's. RL Brown trying to secure something, a little bit of touching there. No, they're doing a great job. Hansen follows RL Brown through, pushes Artoni off to the side, and it's going to be a drag towards the bus stop, everybody. And Artoni's stuck in the middle of the sandwich between the Porsche and the AMR. Hansen looks to the inside line, knows he can't do anything there. Artoni might carry a little bit too much speed, kisses a little bit of grass, goes forward. Alex Hansen's going to try to carry this through, and then there's another Porsche in the background. That's going to be Seth Lincoln trying to get involved in this three-way battle. It's not over yet, folks. There goes Alex Hansen trying to make a move on Artoni up the inside. Can't get anything to happen. Artoni's been driving very well, trying to get past the defender that is RL Brown, but there goes Alex Hansen through the defense, through the Great Wall of China, and there goes Artoni, goes right back through, and there's a little bit of door banging as he sends it up the inside of the toe. Seth Lincoln's able to get dragged through, and a little bit of flashy of the headlights from Alex Hansen out of frustration. Seth Lincoln now into 11th place, Artoni into 10th place. There goes Luke Nelson winning the race in first place. Thomas Storms in second place. Mario Jr.'s in third. Wilson Ortiz brings it home in fourth. Jaeger Karu in fifth. Jeff Franks in sixth. Chris Sunderson is in seventh. Aaron Silva is in eighth. RL Brown brings it home in ninth. Potentially not, as there's more Artoni action, as it's going to be a drag through turn 15. Who's going to take the lead of this race? Artoni's got a nose ahead, getting it to the line. He's going to take home P9, and RL Brown's in 10th. Alex Hansen brings it home in 11th place. Seth Lincoln in 12th. Spady Budd in 13th. Aaron John in 14th. Stefano Rinaldi in 15th, Ryan Eason in 16th, Wade Georgeson in 17th, 18th goes to Dr. Porchop, Gustavo Casanova in 19th, Miguel Cicerone in 20th, and Rally Dutchy in 21st position. Wow, what an epic race, everybody. Great driving all around. Everybody should get a round of applause for that. Amazing drives, everybody. Amazing drives. Pedro Artoni with 11 positions gained. Aaron Silva with 8 positions gained. Seth Lincoln with 6. Hansen with 6. Stefano Rinaldi with 6. Down goes Dr. Porchop and Gustavo Casanova. 11 and 13th positions lost overall. But the winner of this race, Luke Nelson, the number 33.
Green light, show them what you got.
Thank you for the hydrate, Mike Noss. Let's go back to the booth for just a moment while the server gets reset. Switching over to another server, and hopefully that one will get started soon. What an amazing race. Down to the bitter end. Down to the bitter end of that race. Pedro Artoni. Amazing job. Just a phenomenal race from everybody all around. Such clean battling as well. I think Mike Noss and Amadeo highlighted where the overtaking opportunities were actually going to be tonight, and the drivers executed that to possibly perfection. Not a lot of crazy overtaking positions that were made at the bus stop chicane, kind of where you think it would be, but really just everywhere that you thought it should be. Just setting it up at turn 1, just doing great jobs. Thank you very much, everybody, for the kudos. Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Mikey Sek. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you, everybody, for giving me energy. I appreciate it. I've got my green crack bottle right here to give me some more. Someone redeemed a fun fact. I believe it was about the boot. Let's see if I've got that one ready. I should have it ready. So the boot at Watkins Glen is an iconic section of track, and it adds extra 2.4 4 miles to the original layout. Fun fact about the boot is that it includes a series of tight turns and elevation changes, making it one of the most technically challenging parts of the course. Added in 1986, and its design incorporates a unique blend of high-speed corners and more technical sections that test a driver's skill and precision. The boot is often a fan favorite for its thrilling racing action. Absolutely, the Limit Road racing guys are on fire tonight. Good job, everybody. Good job. Amazing recovery out of the Limit Road racing guys. Amazing recovery drive. Unbelievable. We've got about 4 minutes left before we get going, everybody, in the next race. This will give me time to get some breaths of fresh air in. How's everybody doing tonight? I want to argue about the best type of ice cream one more time while we have some time to ignore racing stuff and talk about something else. Rainbow sherbet. If you're not a fan of rainbow sherbet, I don't know what kind of person you are. And no, I'm not talking about the tutti frutti kind of racing, kind of rainbow sherbet. I'm really talking about cookies and cream, says Neo Kabuki. Ah, okay. If you say so. If you say so. Rocky Road! Let's go, baby! Rocky Road Sundae is one of my favorite types of ice cream ever. Cookies and cream is a good second. I like that. Oh, wait. Rainbow sherbet can be darn pretty good. Yeah. It smacks. It smacks. Moose tracks. Here we go. Orange sherbet and chocolate sprinkles. Eric Gagassian, the door is right there. Get out. Don't you dare smite my orange sherbet with chocolate. Don't you do that. Is this a closed championship or anybody can join? I believe anybody can join. Exclamation point SimGrid. And that should have all the links that we need for all these championships. Squatchmonger says, I don't know if anyone's had it, but at Heb, my grocery store, makes this raspberry white chocolate truffle ice cream. Oh my God. Oh, that's delicious. That sounds delicious, Squatchmonger. Oh my God, that sounds so stinking good. No problem, Mikey. And thank you very much for showing up. Thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. Hope to see you in this championship going forward. The Tracklicious team always loves having new people join us for the rookies. And as well as if you're of capableness, then you can always go ahead and promote yourself into the open series. That's leaving up to the stewards and decision making and pace and incidents and all that good stuff. So there all are two different groups of people that are racing tonight. Right now we have the GT4 rookies, and then later on we're going to have the GT4 open. So be mindful of that we're going to have a delineation. So right after this 20-minute race, next 20-minute race, so we've got two 20s that basically take place for the rookies, and then we're going to have a 45-minute race with a mandatory pit stop for all of the pro/pro-am drivers. We've got red plates in there, but we kind of ignore that anyways and say everybody's racing for position out there anyways, because it doesn't matter what plate you're racing. You're still racing someone for position overall, right? You're still battling it out like it is for points, because it is all for points overall. You're doing such a great job as a red plate battling it out with white plates, or a white plate's not doing as well as they should be. You're going to be battling for blood. There's no reason to pull over, let someone by. None of that BS. We're out here for racing. We're out here for blood, everybody. The race session is getting going right now. Let's switch back over to the live screen. And again, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you very much for your love and participation. Let's get this driver's showcase on the way. In P1, we've got Luke Nelson, the winner of race 1 in the number 33 AMR. Thomas Storms is going to be in P2 right now in that 88, losing out just one position to Luke Nelson on the very end of the race. Mario Jr. is going to be in third for the Limit Road Racing team. Wilson Ortiz is in fourth place for the Limit Road team, and fifth place going to Jaeger Caro, the 920. Jeff Franks in the number 73, rocking the We Race as One livery, and Chris Sunderson with a big old Canadian flag and all those maple leaves in the number 18 and 7th. Aaron Silva is in 8th place right now for the number 57 for the Limit Road team. Pedro Artoni from Brazil, also Limit Road Racing, in 9th place in the Chevy. RL Brown in the 996 is holding down to 10th place in the 996, excuse me. Alex Hansen in the number 390. Seth Lincoln in the 202 is in 12th place for AO Racing. That livery didn't come through. Spady Bud in the 221, rocking his iconic livery in 13th place. Aaron John is in 24th position in the number 14. Stefano Rinaldi is in 3rd place in the number 15. In 15th, excuse me, in the number 3. Ryan Eason, the Jurassic Park livery, is in 16th place in the number 2. Wade Georgian, the 707, the Aussie from Down Under, is in 17th position. Dr. Porkchop, the number 71, is in 18th position. Gustavo Casanova from Brazil for Casanova Racing, the number 21, is in 19th position. Miguel Cicerone in the 999 in 20th position. Rally Dutchy is in the 621, leading it from the rear. Spady Bud, don't crash out. Don't do that. Got one big warm-up lap for everybody around the circuit of Watkins Glen before we get going here tonight. Got a full 3.4 miles of this 1956 track, and it's been unchanged since 1971. This track is located in Watkins Glen, New York, obviously. 11 corners, 6 to the left, 5 to the right, going around in a clockwise formation. Despite its seemingly flat nature at some times, it's got 141 feet of elevation change. First official race here was held in 1948 and was a street race on public roads, making it one of the earliest racing venues in the United States. Watkins Glen is home to some of the best racing in the world. The Sailin' 6 Hours of the Glen for IMSA Championship, as well as the Let's Go Bowling event for the NASCAR Cup Series. For a second, I thought that Audi was a fly coming on my face. I almost freaked out for a second. I almost punched my monitor. It was a whole thing. Coming through the iconic bus stop chicane and into the even ever more iconic 2.4 mile boot. Driver's just coming out of the bus stop chicane right now. Mr. Rue redeeming a hydrate. Thank you very much. Finishing off my energy drink for the night. Thank you very much for the love and support, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. The stream wouldn't be as great as it is without you guys, that's for certain. Can't thank you enough for all of your love. Bakshi the Basher. I can take that as a new nickname. What amazing views here on ACC. One of my favorite things about this game is the amazing graphics that are constantly on display. Between the cars looking just so lively and energetic and really just getting that sense of motion, It's the graphic detail that we have in the surrounding area around the track. The grass looks fantastic. Look at those tire barriers. It's the iconic blue of Watkins Glen. It is a laser scanned integrated track, so we're just seeing everything as naturally as possible. It's so beautiful here at the Glen. The brake marking boards just pop out at you as well. The adverts just so local. It's amazing. It's just, this game is so amazing. I'm so lucky to be a part of this team, so lucky to watch this beautiful race go around, and hopefully we have just as exciting as a race 2 as we did in race 1, of course. The battles that we had in race 1 are about to resume one more time. If you didn't get enough of it the first time round, we got another one. Nailgun Stanley's going to enter the last race of the season with a Bakshi the Basher livery. Let me know if you need some images for that. I can make that happen for you.
Green light.
Green, 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 away we go. Luke Nelson has a little bit of a short start there. Mario Jr. is actually going to be the one who has a run on it right now. Oh, they're going to go 3 wide there at turn 1. No, he backs out of it. Mario Jr., the Limit Road racing car, wants a piece of the pie. But here we go up the S's towards turn 2 now. And everything looks like it's single file for all the drivers. There goes Mario Jr. Can't let him break away this time. He dips, he dives, he dodges, chasing down this McLaren 570S. Can he get anything to go towards the bus stop chicane? No. It looks like Luke Nelson leads Thomas Storms. Mario Jr. lurking in the background, but can't make a move happen just yet. A little bit of side-by-side action in the background. It looks like Pedro Artoni and Aaron Silva were getting awfully close with each other there for a moment. But these teammates got to be in VC negotiating how they can work together to make these overtakes happen. Maybe Artoni might let Silva by, try to get some more championship points out of this, depending on their paces from race 1. They've got to be communicating with each other to make sure that they work together and don't hinder each other up. There goes Jaeger Caro slipping backwards, getting passed by Wilson Ortiz. And now is he going to get passed by Jeff Franks as well? Possibly so. They're side by side, coming out of the toe and towards the boot we go. And now Jaeger Caro is going to be under threat. AMG on AMG crimes? No! Jaeger Caro is able to hold on to that position and just drive away in a straight line. That We Races 1 livery can't do enough. Livery deep dive goes out to Jaeger Caro. Stand by. Let's give us a few moments to make sure that there's no passing opportunities before we do it. A little bit of action going on in the background. Who is that? Spady Bud going side by side with Seth Lincoln. And who is that? Pedro Artoni in front as well. Aaron Silva did get by Artoni in a negotiation, but now Silva's got to be able to break away from this. Otherwise, it's all for none. Seth Lincoln involved in this action as well, lurking in the background. There goes Alex Hansen making a big look, triple look, double look up the inside, trying to get around Seth Lincoln and Spady Bud, but couldn't quite make it work. Now he's under threat from the Jurassic Park car. Dun-dum, 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 and there's touching. And that Audi touched the rear end of Alex Hansen, sends him around, but Alex Hansen was able to recover pretty well. Luke Nelson and Thomas Storms changed positions, 30 for 30. We got to go back to watch this one. Coming through the bus stop chicane, it looks all neat and tidy. The 33 and the 88 looking like they're miles apart from each other, and then just nothing between them. Luke Nelson now behind Thomas Storms, has to do it all over again. He did it once, he'll have to do it twice now. Spady Bud with a little bit of a slip up. Let's see what happened to the Bud man. And it looks like Artoni just crosses over, not seeing the overlap there, and touches the Bud. And that'll send him around. Luke Nelson, let's now get that Jaeger Caro livery inspection going right now. livery inspection. Jaeger Caro, Jaeger Prime, and this is a very nice livery, highlighting the accents of the vehicle. I believe this was made by Neil Kerbel, as I said before. So if you need a livery made, go ahead and contact Neil Kerbel in the Discord, and I'm sure he'll be able to hook you up with one. Sorry, Neil, for throwing you under the bus, but when you do good work like this, man, oh man, you deserve some credit. Look at the accents. Look at how well everything is centered up as well. Right down the middle of the AMG, accenting the front headlights, the door panels, everything. Just beautiful work, and accentuating the brake lights as well. Look at that on the side. That's great work. The door panel is highlighted as well, right up to the driver's window. Oh, look at that spoiler as well. Just pinpointed there as Jaeger Prime dips a wheel off into the grass very briefly. Show Aaron's accident. Aaron Johns, number 24. Or Aaron Silva, the 57, had an accident. Let's go back and watch this very quickly. Oh, no! No! Oh, good call, Will Oro. No! Not again! That's not the way it should go. As Luke Nelson gets passed by Mario Jr., and there goes Mario Jr. trying to make a move, carrying the Limit Road Brazil team, and almost gets touched in the back from Luke Nelson, and he does get touched in the back from Luke Nelson. A little bit of paint scrubbing there. Woo! Let's look at Aaron Silva, Alex Hansen, excuse me, and Seth Lincoln, the two Porsches going side by side at the entrance of turn 1, and up the S's. Things are all neat and tight. There he is. There's Adam Strange. How you doing, brother? Great to see you, friend. We've got action-packed racing here for the GT4 rookies right now. We just took a look at Aaron Silva's unfortunate accident, collecting Jeff Franks, and then trying to go around and get collecting by another car. I'm having a great day right now. This race has put a smile on my face. Thank you very much for asking, Adam Strange. The amount of racing, the amount of action that we've had, the top 3 are separated by nil. We've had races go one way, races go another, race to the finish, separated by just hundreds and thousands between the two drivers. It's been amazing all around. Pedro Artoni has been doing a great job showcasing his skill for the Brazil team. Here goes Mario Jr. and Luke Nelson again side by side. Now we're coming through turn 13, the AMG versus the AMR. This is all slowing them down by a considerable amount. Jaeger Caro, the guy who started in 3rd place in race 1, now into 4th place and has a clean race in front of him. Tons of clean air. He can find himself on the podium if things go very well. Luke Nelson and Mario Jr. having a little bit of a touch there, and unfortunately going a little bit backwards. This is allowing Jaeger Caro back into the mix. I'm going to keep on saying it. He has a chance at a podium. Don't exclamation point curse me right now. Jaeger Caro, the man on a mission, looking for some champagne here tonight at the Watkins Glen circuit. Let's find the next closest battle out on track. This is Stefano Rinaldi chasing down Aaron John, side by side action. Helicam, please. There it is. There goes Stefano Rinaldi on the inside of turn 1, braking at the 200 board. And it looks like Aaron John was able to turn in better than Rinaldi was able to. But it doesn't matter now. Who's carrying the most momentum up the S's right now? It looks like Rinaldi's doing a better job. And it looks like Aaron John is slipping backwards just a little bit. Dr. Porkchop lurking in the background like a Tyrannosaurus Rex waiting to bite a piece of this pie. And dip diving and dodging is Stefano Rinaldi, looking for an opening on Aaron John deep into the braking zone. Up the inside, goes over the curb and touches Aaron John, and Aaron John clatters the stationary board that is immovable. And that'll be the end of his race, unfortunately, for Aaron John. Back to another battle. Where one battle ends, another one is brewing. Wilson Ortiz chasing down Ryan Eason, the Jurassic Park car himself. Jurassic Racing, Mr. Reason, has to battle with one of the Limit Road racing cars. They're out here in groves tonight. The gap up front is opening pretty steadily. Thomas Storms leading by almost 2 seconds over Luke Nelson. Another 2-second gap to Mario Jr. 7/10 back is Jaeger Karu. Gustavo Casanova trying to do a good job chasing down Pedro Artoni, but this is the battle between Wilson Ortiz and Ryan Eason. That that Audi trying to run away with it as fast as possible over this McLaren 720S. 720S is going to have its downforce really accentuated when it's in the high speed sections, allowing it to carry more speed, perhaps through the S's and through turn 1. Let's see how this all works out. It's a 4/10 gap right now, but will it come down here towards turn 1 and up through the S's? It actually opens up a little bit. Let's switch over to Gustavo Casanova as he's trying to make a move on Pedro Artoni. Casanova racing from Brazil against his fellow countrymen in Limit Road Racing. And the BMW is going to make a look on the inside. He's got a wheel well there down the back straight. He's going to hold on deep on the braking zone at the 300 board. He's going to go side by side, goes over the curb, gets the car a little bit unsettled, and Artoni clearly backed out of that one, saw what was coming and didn't want a piece of the pie. Oh, and here goes Wilson Ortiz. Let's take a 10 seconds clip back and see what happened. Wilson Ortiz goes over the curb once, goes over the curb twice, gets a tank slapper, sends him around, and he got Jurassic bitten. Things are settling down here for race 2. We got 1 second back. That isn't downforce. Oh, goodness. That is not how downforce work, and the Limit Road car is pulling over. I think that might be the end of his efforts tonight. Let's take a look at Pedro Artoni, the man with no downforce whatsoever, driving a beastly Chevy V8. One of the highlights about the V8 Camaro, 6.2 liters with 450 horsepower. It's got this nice muscular build behind it. Really is iconic of American muscle, giving the drivers the raw power and robust driving experience. And I want to hear this car roar. Let's go ahead and pop on board very quickly so we can hear what this car sounds like. One of the cars I just love the upshifts on. It sounds so beastly. Gotta switch over to Alex Hansen though. He's chasing down Chris Sunderson through the bus stop chicane. Audi on Porsche. We haven't talked about the Porsche yet this race, I don't think. This is the Porsche 718 Cayman GT4 Club Sport. It's got a 3.8 liter flat 6, approximately 425 horsepower. We're known for its exceptional handling and braking. The Porsche is a favorite among drivers who appreciate the precision that it can provide. And obviously Porsche is famous for its heritage in motorsports, offering excellent handling and precision that many drivers find appealing. Big chase right now. Alex Hansen chasing down Sunderson, the Canadian man, trying to put on his best Checo Perez face that he possibly can. Hey, over here, cameraman. Pay attention. Cameraman's having a bit of a moment right now. I don't know what he was looking at. He was like looking at the other cameraman for a second. Oh, Alex Hansen trying to make a move on Chris Sunderson. This is as close as he's been in a long time. But that Audi R8 is just going to pull away here down the straight. Or is he now? Alex Hansen with a big old drive out of turn 15. He's got fully alongside towards turn 1. Where's the 200 board? There it is on the brake marker. And Alex Hansen is through, but he didn't touch the apex. So this is going to allow Sunderson to get a big old run towards the S's. And it is a big old run for Sunderson. And he's got the position back and secured. There goes Alex Hansen one more time, though. The look on my face is absolutely ridiculous as the drivers are going side by side through the S's and holding on and not making contact with each other. Maybe a little bit of rubbing as racing is going on. Sunderson makes a look left, makes a look right, makes a look back left, trying to go into the bus stop chicane, and he backs out of that one to survive. Arthurus, thank you very much for the follow, my friend. Thank you very much for being here. Exclamation point SimGrid, exclamation point Discord if you want to get involved in all the action that we have here at Trackalicious. Thank you for the hydrate, Adam Strange. I could use a little bit of the Green Goblin tonight. Pedro Artoni trying to get a move done on Gustavo Casanova, who did not have an excellent race one, but he's out there to improve. Gustavo Casanova's up 11 positions overall. Artoni is right where he started in 9th position. Oh, there goes Alex Hansen. Slipped off there. Let's see if there was an accident for the 390 and the 18. There sure was. Let's take a quick look at what happened here. Here's Sunderson and Alex Hansen. Let's see what happened here. Does the 18 blow the braking zone and just go into the 390? Ooh, goes quite a bit deep. Definitely was not going to make that corner without contact. And there was contact. And like a gentleman, gives the position back to Alex Hansen. No love lost between these racers. It's just a mistake. That's all there is to it. But you got to love the camaraderie that's here, right? You make a mistake, you own up to it, you give the position back, you get back to enjoying what you really want to do. Some hard-fought racing overall. Speaking of hard-fought racing, here goes Pedro Artoni and Gustavo Casanova. And Adam Strange, I haven't seen the new moon yet, but I am enjoying it. I can feel the gravity pulling me towards these races. It makes me feel like I'm in New York. Artoni chasing down Gustavo Casanova. The 997 chasing down the number 21. 9th and 8th position overall. There goes Artoni. A big look on the inside, trying to do a switchback on the BMW. Holds him off the optimal line, and that BMW is really unsettled right now, going where it hasn't been before. Artoni's going to pull off an excellent move around the outside of the outer loop potentially, but no, can't carry quite enough speed to be alongside at the entrance for the heel. No, can't do it. What's going on, Logan Sargent fanboy? Welcome in. You're on your 3-stream streak. Thank you very much for all the love and support that you're giving to the Trackalicious family. Whoa, there goes a big mistake from Gustavo Casanova, and Pedro Artoni is through, baby. And that's exactly how it's done, waiting for a mistake to happen. We talked about it during the Amadeo Castorino talk, about how tricky that corner could be. If you go off the ideal line, it'll just suck you in off the track, and that's exactly what happened to Gustavo Casanova. Pedro Artoni took full advantage of that and just waited for his moment, and he was able to make it happen. He slowed him down, gave Gustavo Casanova a run for his money, put the pressure on, and the pot boiled over, that's for sure. Let's go on board with Casanova so we can see what that Camaro's up to. Beautiful shot right now of this onboard. 159.9 being Gustavo's last lap, 159.4 for Artoni. Let's take a quick look at Cicerone chasing down RL Brown. This is coming over the front stretch right now. There goes a big look up the inside, almost not even getting to the apex is Cicerone, and almost touching RL Brown, avoiding it. Wow, that was crazy. Adam Strange, how about we give you a fun fact about one of the cars, if possible? How about we give you a fun fact about... Pick any of the cars. Pick any car on the grid, and I will give you a fun fact about it. I'm gonna shake things up like my shaker bottle. I gotta put the lid on my shaker bottle before I shake and bake. And I shook water out of my shaker bottle anyways. Ortiz's car. Let's go to Ortiz. Wilson Ortiz in the 570, not the 720. The 570S GT4 features a 3.8-liter V8 twin turbo with 540 horsepower, combining sharp handling with high performance, making it a versatile car across many tracks. And it has advanced aerodynamic features and components that enhance downforce, improving stability at high speeds. Obviously, some cars not equipped with that, we should say. And Wilson Ortiz had a bit of a moment earlier on in the race where the downforce really didn't work in his favor. Pedro Artoni, is he going into the pits? He is. Let's take a look at the yellow flag that happened for the 997 just a second ago. Before we get to the end of this race, this has happened so quickly. Oh no! Artoni, the pride of Brazil! No! The 997 goes off and has to come in for a huge amount of damage repair. I will answer that question right after this race because we are about to finish things up. Thomas Storms redeeming himself, about to take home P1 in race 2. He's getting through the toe and onto the heel right now. The 333 lurking in the background, 2.3 seconds behind. Here goes Jaeger Caro trying to get around Mario Jr. He wants a shot at the champagne. He wants a shot of champagne, everybody. He's up the inside. He's coming through the boot. They're going to touch a little bit of side-by-side action. Jaeger Caro is going to be able to go for it. AMG on AMG crimes the 193 and the 920. He's not going to give up here through turn 14. He backs out just a little bit, goes through turn 15, single file line, but Jaeger Caro closes down the gap. And will he be able to hold on? I don't think so. No, it's going to be a drag, though. He's not going to give up. Jaeger Caro, go for it, baby. No! Oh, what a fantastic finish. Thomas Storms in P1, Luke Nelson in P2, Mario Jr. in third by just a 10th over Jaeger Caro, not even a 10th. Alex Hansen comes home in 5th, Sunderson in 6th, Seth Lincoln in 7th, Gustavo Casanova in 8th, Ryan Eason in 9th, Dr. Porkchop in 10th, Stefano Rinaldi in 11th, Arlo Brown in 12th, Miguel Ciceron in 13th, Wade Jordson in 14th, Pedro Artoni in 15th, Wilson Ortiz is in 16th, Jeff Franks in 17th, Aaron John in 18th, and Aaron Silva in 19th, bringing it home in the rear. Got 2 hydrates for me, thank you very much. I might have to use the little ladies' room after this. People I want to talk to: Thomas Storms, Luke Nelson, Mario Jr. I'm going to try to grab you guys for an interview if at all possible. Head on over to the green room and I'll drag you up before we get the second race going. Green room, please. Green room, please. Thomas Storms, Luke Nelson, and Mario Jr. to the green room, please. The 90s were amazing, by the way, Adam Strange. The music that came out of the 90s was iconic. If you don't like Backstreet Boys, I don't know what you do like. I want it that way. Tell me why ain't... Do not clip that. Do not clip that. Do not clip that. Crying out loud. Green room, please. Anybody coming down? I don't see anybody. If I don't get anybody for the green room, I might go ahead and take this moment to use the restroom. I'll give it a couple another seconds here. Damn it, Adam Strange! I knew I shouldn't have said nothing. Thank you for the follow, EJP1112. Options, video, night, load, apply, back, drive. We have some of my favorite drivers rolling around in the GT Open category. Oh, we've got a couple people. I don't know who's who, so we're just going to drag them in one at a time. Let's go ahead with, I believe that's Mario Jr. Mario Jr.! Is that you, brother? Mario, are you there? I don't think Mario can hear me. Or if he's talking, I can't hear him. Let's grab Altered Hybrid instead. Altered Hybrid, hello.
Hi.
Is this Luke Nelson or Thomas Storms?
This is I don't know. I'm Aaron. I am here to translate for Mario.
Oh, okay. Let me grab you both at the same time. Mario Jr. and Aaron Silva, how are you guys doing?
E aí, como é que a gente tá?
Opa, oi, tô ouvindo. Então,
Fala.
corrida tensa, né? Suando bastante aqui. Foi uma corrida que eu achei que não ia bem, não ia conseguir algum resultado positivo, mas no final deu tudo certo aí.
Yeah, it was a tense race. I am sweating a lot. You know, it was hard, but here we are.
Oh, here we are with some champagne to go with your victory in the battle for P3 overall. How was it towards the end with Jaeger Karu? I know you had to defend very early on, but you were really going for an attack as well. Were you trying to let Luke Nelson and Thomas Storms not get away from you?
A gente viu a corrida, foi muito boa. A gente viu a sua disputa lá com o Karu. E ele quer saber como é que foi isso, como é que você estava pensando em fazer na sua disputa, enquanto você estava atacando.
Tivemos o início de corrida bom, os pneus estavam bons, o freio estava novo, então consegui acompanhar os primeiros ali, P1 e P2, mas no finalzinho ali já não tinha pneu e aí o Karu conseguiu aproximar, mas eu cometi um erro ali. O Karu aproximou bastante, mas eu consegui chegar no P3 ali.
Yeah, tires and brakes were good, so I was able to keep up the pace, and attack a little bit at the end.
Wonderful. Wonderful that you're able to do so. And an amazing race overall. Thank you so much for your entertainment. You guys were able to perform at such a high level tonight. I was so excited to see that. Are you also going to be participating in the Open Series tonight?
Foi muito maneiro ver vocês correrem. Ótima corrida. Ele quer saber também se a gente vai correr na Open Series daqui a pouco.
Obrigado pelo elogio, mas ainda não, tem que treinar mais para ficar lá na frente, senão não dá graça.
Yeah, thank you for the compliment. We're still not gonna race Open Series yet. We still need to practice a little more, so we can race better when the time is come.
Ah, fantastic. You guys are doing a wonderful job. The Limit Road Racing team has done phenomenally up and down the grid and really showcasing how well you are all working together, obviously. We saw a little bit of overtaking between Aaron Silva and Pedro Artoni working together as well. You guys are doing a phenomenal job. I can't thank you guys enough for your lovely entertainment you guys are able to provide, and keep on working hard towards your wins and victories. I can't wait to watch you grow and succeed in these championship series as well.
Ele falou que gosta de estar vendo a nossa equipe correr, que a gente está fazendo um trabalho como equipe muito bom, e ele espera ver a gente avançar cada vez mais.
Muito bom. Legal, a gente agradece aí pela oportunidade de estar correndo e a ideia é essa.
We thank you for the opportunity, to let us race, and that's the idea, keep up racing.
Yeah, keep it up, brothers. Is there anybody that you want to thank before I let you go?
Tem alguém que você quer agradecer antes da gente sair?
A rapaziada da Lithium Road, que sempre tá apoiando aí a gente melhorar o tempo, e um acaba motivando o outro. Essa competição interna é muito boa. Agradecer a todo mundo aí.
Yeah, I want to thank our team, Limit Road. We train together. We enjoy as a team to work together to improve each other. So thank you very much. Thank you for them.
100%. And thank you guys so much. We got our next qualifying session about to get underway. We're going to switch over to that. Have a wonderful evening, guys, and enjoy the rest in Champagne.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Obrigado. Is that how you say it?
Obrigado.
Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye.
See ya.
Ciao.
Nice Portuguese. Ciao.
Thank you. I had to get one in there on him. Bom noche or bom dia to everybody in Brazil. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to practice some of my Portuguese. It's been a while since I've given it a shot, but we've got this next qualifying session about to get underway in just a few moments now. And of course, this is going to be a split qualifying, and it looks like we've got some very, very, very wet conditions right now. And before we get going, let's take a look at the calendar really quickly as I run off and do something. Be right back, everybody. We're here right now for the GT4 Open Championship Series. We just had the rookies finish up right now. Race 1 and Race 2 just concluded. The Open Series qualifying is about to get underway. It's about 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we're going to go switch over to Tuesdays and Thursdays. We've got NASCAR Truck Series on iRacing, as well as iRacing GT4 Championship Series. West Coast Wednesdays, the showdown begins at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's a little late for you guys on the East Coast, but it's designed for all the West Coast fanboys and girls out there. GT3 Championship, our premier league of racing, is going to be on Sundays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget about our special events coming up. We've got Spooky Suzuki on October 30th and our Sun Sprint on November 3rd, as well as our Flooded Silverstone event on November 6th. Black screen of anticipation. It is a wet session out right now. 6:40 in the AM. Stand by one moment as we make things look just a little bit prettier than they ought to be. And back at it, everybody. We've got the pro category out first. 158.7 for Ali Raza, setting a wet qualifying time of 158. Unbelievable. The track is actually officially wet. We've got scattered clouds right now, or decent cloud coverage, and rain coming in, and then light rain, or light rain minus in the next 10 minutes. So when the rookies end up going out, and then we've got scattered clouds and rain coming in for the next 30 minutes. Track temperatures are down in the 16 degrees Celsius category, with around 3 kilometers of wind coming in crossways of the cars out on track right now. Here's Ali Raza for the Razzle Dazzle Motorsports team, and we know how things go for Ali Raza in the wet. He can perform well at times, but we saw him have a very heated battle with Jace Wright in the GT3 category. George Elmer is holding on to third position right now, 2.1 off of the pace. I think someone redeemed a hydrate I never quite consumed, so I'm going to go ahead and get one in. Ali Raza leads Shane Dumoulin from F&M, George Elmer, Justin Beachley, Potts Weaver, Joe Khalil. Oh, and then we have Alex Freeman getting involved in the mix from AF Sport. Number 14 promoting himself into second position right behind Ali Raza with a 159.862. What's up, washed up squid? That's a nice looking squid you got there. Why does it go squid 1, 3, 4? Where's squid 2? Huh? Where's squid number 2? What happened? What did you do to the second squid? Ali Raza, Shane Dumoulin, Brian Clementi, Alex Freeman, Justin Beachley, Professor Carnotis, George Elmer, Potts Weaver. There's squid number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. No, just 4. I can count, I promise. Adam Strange asks, what do I think about consequentialism? I normally don't think about it. It seems like that's something that I should be worried about in my life, but I tend to not worry about things I don't understand the definition to. I'm sorry. Where's the raccoon? Where is the undercover raccoon man? I want to see some raccoons tonight on this wet Watkins Glen track. You had that one ready for me, Adam Strange. Consequentialism is an ethical theory. Well, then that's something I do worry about. That's something I do think about often. There it is, the rack attack. Thank you very much, Adam Strange. Love me some rack attack. Ali Raza puts down another hot lap, 158.570. He's out there to improve. He does do a 158.426, Ali Raza, bringing it home, the bacon for sure. 2 minutes left in this qualifying session, so he'll get one more crack at it after this one. And it looks like Brian Clementi as well will get another crack at this one. Shane Dumoulin might not, based on where he is. The number 15's spun out on track somewhere. That's JPR. JPR, hello. Glad to see you again. Rocking an Audi tonight. JPR was just racing in our Sunday series with a Honda NSX, but now he's out there in a V8 Audi. Shane Dumoulin out there to improve. Potts Weaver is going to be improving by a lot. He's got a half a second in his bag right now. He might be able to go up into provisional pole if he's able to carry the speed of the line, and he does go into second place. Not quite the top step of the podium, but he is in the front row. Second place for Potts Weaver right now, the number 13. Great job out of him. Brian Clementi promotes himself as well up into third place, doing a great job of keeping it on track during these wet conditions. Light rain minus coming in the next 10 minutes still. Neil Gunn Stanley voting for Shane Dumoulin. Let's go F&M. Shane putting in huge effort for 5th place in the 12 Hours of Bathurst over the weekend for the team. Way to go for the Fear Nothing Moto team. Good job all around, guys. This is a split qualifying session, in case you were wondering why there are so many people into the pits right now. The top 12 are all in the professional category with the white number plates, and then the red number plates are going to be the people in the Pro-Am category racing in their own class or division. Obviously, they're still battling for position out on track amongst each other, but they're trying to be split up as much as possible. So right at the 10-minute mark, you'll expect to see the pro drivers of the white plates come in, and that'll allow the red number plates to go out, and you can see everybody queued up there at the end of pit lane. Ali Raza was able to cross the line and get one more lap in. He wasn't able to improve, his last lap being a 158.7 over his 158.4. Of course Adele likes sim racing. What a silly question. What a silly question out of you, Adam Strange. How dare you? Just like Beyonce loves Mike Noss. I mean, what? I wasn't supposed to say that. Sorry, Mike, if you're watching. I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all. Pro drivers are coming in. Pro-Ams are going out. Mike's right here. My mic is right here. Oh, you mean Mike Noss? I wish I had a clip-on tie to put on my microphone for these very moments. That way Mike Noss could always be with me. Eric, order me a clip-on tie for my microphone. That's with the TRACKILICIOUS logo on it. I'll accept that as payment. Where is Mike? Mike is getting ready to go to California. Knows how to party. Me and him, we're gonna go to In-N-Out Burger together. I gotta treat him. Show him a good time. Show him the streets of Oakland. Where the real gangsters are. There it is. Ali Raza improves. No. Comes into the pit lane, practicing his pit line entry. Give us a little razzle dazzle. Ali Raza warps off into the pits. So right now for the pro category, it's Ali Raza, Potts Weaver, Brian Clementi, Shane Dumoulin, Professor Carnotus, John Hawley, Justin Beachley, George Elmer, Alex Freeman, Joshua Worley, aka Squirrely Worley, Joe Khalil, and Spady Bud. When I take Mike out in my car, that's all we're gonna listen to is California Girls, Party in the USA. Nothing but like sappy girl hip-hop songs. So, oh, went out on slips hoping the clacker would go down quickly. Nope. Squatchmonger. How dare you? You silly goose. Squashmonger, are you squirrely whirly? I can't remember all the names, I'm sorry. I think so. I think Squashmonger is my favorite person in the world. Yeah, and the track has gone damp. You're not too far off the pace. You're not too far off the pace, surprisingly, even on some slick tires. That's insane. That is quite insane, but... Oh, Josh Grush with a 2-minute flat going up into 10th place. Splitting the pros from FNM, bumping down Joshua Worley, Joe Khalil, and Spady Bud in the background. Fear Nothing Moto Car Camaro. Thought he had a blinker on for a second. Nope. Pedro Artoni doing a double now. He was racing in the rookies earlier, now battling for the Pro-Ams. What's going on, Spady Bud? Welcome back. Spady Bud also doing a double entendre. He's in 16th place right now in the number 21. He was racing in the rookies and now also in the Open Series. Alex Hansen, whoa! Promoting himself up into the top 10 right off the bat into 8th place, the 390. Doing really well out there. Here's Phil Lee in the number 79 in 15th position. He's done a 201.315. That seemingly looks like just an installation lap. And he's got some time to gain right now. Track is getting good. He's got 3/10 in the bag. That's what it is. The track is getting good for the amateurs. The track went from wet to damp, allowing some of these Pro-Ams to really spice things up right now. This is going to be an exciting race with these same conditions for all the drivers. Who knows what their pace is actually going to be? Because as you said, the track is just damp now. Grush gets to the line. Is he improving by anything? No. He is improving on this one, carrying a little bit more speed through turn 1. Here goes Pedro Artoni, though. He's got 1.3 in the bag. Coming around turn 14, on his way towards turn 15. Got 1.6 in the bag. Artoni's going to go leaps and bounds forward himself. Limit Road Racing Team. We just talked to Mario Jr. through Pedro Artoni. Oh, excuse me, through Aaron Silva. I apologize. Artoni's still racing. And Artoni is able to go with a 202.617. And he is in 17th position. Casey Swensinger is in 13th position right now as he just got through turn 1. He's in 13th position for that number 84. Aaron John having a little bit of a yellow flag. I believe this is the exit of turn 1 and off into the S's. Alex Hansen's the leader of the amateur series right now. Let's take a look at the standings. I'll pull those up while we take a look at all these wonderful drivers out on track. Standings are right now, Ali Raza leads with 124 points over Jace Wright with 115, Justin Beachley with 90, Shane Dumlin from FNM in 4th place, George Elmers in 5th, John Hollies in 6th, Luis Vasquez in 7th, Zane Bliskett's in 8th, and Dan Braze is in 9th, with Brian Clementi bringing up the rear in 10th place with 79 points. It's basically a 100-point spread, or excuse me, 50-point spread between Ali Raza and Brian Clementi. But up at the front, it's only a 10-point spread between Jace Wright and Ali Raza. Jace Wright, unfortunately, not here tonight to battle it out with Ali Raza. he would be the one to contend with. So now it'll be Justin Beachley's opportunity to battle. Excuse me. Beachley sitting in 7th right now. Ollie Raza still got the top step over Potts Weaver. Whoa, Alex Hansen goes up into provisional 2nd place. Holy smokes. I thought Potts Weaver was going to hold on to it, but no. Alex Hansen with a 159.07, and he's going to get another crack at this. The track is improving by so much right now. He might be able to throw his ring into the battle with Ollie Raza right now. Casey Swensiger with 2/10 in his pocket as well. He can be promoted all the way up into the top 10. He's in it right now, but he can go get a couple more tenths out of it. Alex Hansen right now is about a second down on his previous best. I think those tires have faded away from him. Phil Lee out here to improve by quite a bit. The Ireland man, the Irishman. No, he's not Danny DeVito, but he is an Irishman. Oh, big wiggle there. He's going to lose a couple tenths on the entrance to the boot. Can he hold on to some of that momentum? He's got 7 tenths in the pocket right now. That'll potentially promote him into the top 10 potentially, if he can hold on to this pace that he has. Casey Swensiger right behind with half a second in his pocket right now. If he's able to hold on, Casey Swensiger could also go into 2nd place. He's backing off a little bit. The qualifying session is over, but the drivers aren't done with qualifying yet. The number 84, let's go on board with him to see how he's navigating these tight and twisty corners. These fast and flowing remaining corners, 14 and 15. He's got 4 tenths in the bag. Can he gain a little bit more momentum right now? He doesn't touch the curbs. He knows that they're wet. Now he doesn't go to the inside all the way to turn 15. He's holding on to the throttle, pushing as hard as he can. He's only got 2 tenths in his pocket right now. Where is Casey going to go? He jumps up into 6th place overall. He goes 159.477. 6th place for Casey. "45 minutes up on the clock." Awfully close between these drivers tonight. Good luck to everybody indeed, and please remember to drive safe. Track is green, green, green. Let's get started and let's do the starting grid. Ollie Raza in P1 with a 158.462. Alex Hansen's going to be in P2 with a half second back, the number 390 Porsche. The Pro-Am leader as well. Potts Weaver is going to be in the Lincoln Logs car in 13th, in the number 3 spot, in the number 13. Brian Clemente in the number 100 in 4th place, 6 tenths off the pace. Shane Dumoulin from FNM, big cheers for him in chat, 187. He's in 5th. Casey Swensiger was able to produce a lap time, 1.2 off the pace in 6th place. Professor Kenotis rocking a white livery, surprise, surprise. And John Hawley is in 8th place for the 410 for the Sobrantes chili and lime. Justin Beachley rocking the cat car, meow, in the number 18. George Elmer in the number 22 in 10th place. Alex Freeman in the number 14 in 11th place. Josh Grush for F&M, the number 35. He's in 12th place. Joshua Worley, a.k.a. Squirrely Whirly, the Bass Pro Shop, and Cabela's car. That's weird. You can't have both. Cali Official rocking the Joe Khalil, and Phil Lee, the number 79, the Irishman, in 15th. Jeff Frakes rocking the We Race as One livery in the number 73. Dr. Porkchop in the number 71 in 17th place. Inverse numbers, inverse position. Spady Bud, the number 21 in 18th position. Pedro Artoni in the 997 in 19th position. Adriano Moro, the number 37, is in 20th position. John Wad, the number 95 in 21st position in the McLaren. Aaron John in that AMG again, the number 24 and 22nd position. Jaeger Caro is in 23rd position with a 920. Wade Georgian, the 707, the Australia man, is in the Camaro in 24th. JPR in the Audi in 25th position in the number 15, the other Australian man. Oh, I didn't know they were jointly owned, the Cabela's and Bass Pro Shops. Okay, I'll allow it then. I'll allow it. What's up, Arthanis? Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for joining us for this Trackalicious Monday GT4 series. We've got 25 drivers ready to take the green flag here in just one lap's time. 2.5 miles around the circuit. No, that's not right. Got more than that. 3.4 miles to go before we get this race started for this Watkins Glen circuit, founded in 1956, unchanged in 1971, located in Watkins Glen, New York, America. Got 11 corners total, 6 to the left, 5 to the right, 141 feet of elevation change. Also, Lady Gaga has an official Ferrari color. Is she? Is Lady Gaga an official Ferrari color, or she has an official Ferrari color? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Joshua Worley apparently has a livery that worked this time. There it is. I'm going to give you a free livery showcase just because of how much I like you. Squirrely Whirly with the Cabela's Bass Pro Shops green car. Looking pretty snazzy there. Joshua Worley in 13th position, the number 47. Bass Pro Cabela's race car. The race is on, everybody. We are about to get going for the last race of the evening. This is the GT4 Open Series Championship. Ali Raza's in the lead of his championship, and no one seems to be able to contest him right now. The track is green. The track temperature is 26 degrees Celsius, and the ambient is 22 degrees Celsius. About halfway there to be able to fry an egg on, so we know that the track is going to rubber in very quickly because of how hot it is right now. I suspect that the drivers will have to take tires due to the graining nature of a green circuit. So I imagine everybody's going to be needing to take 30-second pit stops. Here we go. Everybody is doubling up right now, catching up to the pack. Dr. Porkchop racing to get into his grid position behind Joshua Worley. Drivers all squaring up, finding their marks. Squabbling just a little bit. You can see Josh Grush working his wheel a little bit, trying to develop a little bit of heat in the tires. We're about to get going for the final race of the day, everybody. Green, 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 away we go. The flag is dropped. We have drivers scrambling all over the place. Ali Raza makes a quick grab at the lead of the race. Alex Hansen in P2 Pottsweaver in third. Brian Clementi now challenging Pottsweaver. This is going to have championship contentions written all over it. The number 100 now behind the 390 of Alex Hansen in the AM category. And he knows this isn't his battle to fight right now, but will he hold on and defend these positions? I'm sure he will. Casey Swensiger is going side by side with Professor Kenotis. John Hawley's also lurking and lingering in the background. We've got side by side action right now. Swensiger is trying to go forward on Professor Kenotis, and we've got side by side through on Josh Grush as well. Grush is able to go through on George Elmer up the inside of the bus stop chicane, but will it hold on towards the outer loop? I think not. He is able to hold on just there in the background. We're watching Josh Grush. Casey Swensiger gets past John Hawley. And John Hawley making quick moves, but that cat car coming right back. AMG with AMG right now, getting a little squirrely there. No, I didn't say Joshua Worley, I said squirrely. 3 AMGs nose to tail right now as John Hawley is through on Beachley and the cat car. Brian Clementi trying to get past Pottsweaver, or trying to get past Alex Hansen, trying to battle Ollie Raza for the lead. Goes long way around the outside, able to do so. No, he is not able to hold on, unfortunately. And then he tries to get back on track. He finds a lot of track room right in front of Pottsweaver. Let's look at George Elmer chasing down the cat car with Beachley in it. Let's go on board for a look. Let's see how much fur this thing is spitting out behind it. Quite a bit. George Elmer is caught in the tail of Justin Beachley. Oh, you can see drivers squirming around all over the place. And who is that? JPR's into the pits already? JPR into the pits right away. Trying to do sneaky things. Here goes Pottsweaver trying to get past Alex Hansen. Hansen's going to have to give up one position. Is he going to have to give up two positions? There's Shane Domlin in the background in that Camaro. And there goes Casey Swansiger around the outside trying to get something done. Or is that Kenotis? That's Professor Kenotis, the Tracklicious LSR 24-hour car. They're about to go 4 wide down the top straight. Holy smokes. And it looks like Alex Hansen gets squeezed by another car, and he does get squeezed by one, now 2 cars, as Casey Swansiger wants to get involved with this as well. Now he's back in a battle between his own class one more time. Shane Domlin actually providing some buffer between him and his compatriot. Thank goodness that did not end in tears for fears. The AMGs are all bunched up again. It looks like Beachley's going to defend 1, 2 cars. And now it looks like Beachley's got 1 car to contend with. The Sobrantes Chilean Lime car up the inside. He goes onto the optimal line. Doesn't drift out too far. Almost touches the grass, but doesn't quite get there. Let's go to a helicam to watch this battle side by side. There goes Hawley over Beachley, Beachley over Hawley, switchback engaged, yes. Josh Grush from the FNM team as well, getting a move done on George Elmer. The white car like glue sticking to Josh Grush right now, maybe a little too close there, and through turn 13 and going off into the grass a little bit, trying to defend his line. And there goes Squirrely Whirly up the inside, following his Camaro brother through, and now pushing the Elmer glue off to the side, trying to go around the outside of turn 15. This is going to be tricky in the background. And he's able to get through the DRL car, able to go through Joshua Worley, pulls one out of a hat just like a rabbit, and gets the move done on George Elmer, the glue man. Take a look at Alex Hansen, Shane Domlin. Alex Hansen still driving away, now has a little bit of a gap between him and Casey Swansiger, the other Pro-Am vehicle. But he might get collected here by the Camaro's V8 engine. The Porsche is good in the twisty bits, not so good in the straight line, especially not as good as the Camaro. And that Camaro is trying to make it really good in the twisty bits and pushes Alex Hansen to the inside line. Is he able to get through? The job is done and dusted. Alex Hansen now has to do his own defending over Casey Swansiger. Swansiger has to defend now from Justin Beachley, or does he? Is he going to allow him through? I don't think so. No love lost between these drivers. It doesn't matter if you got a red plate or a white plate. It doesn't matter if you're battling for position overall, right? Makes a look on the inside. The 84, the Noobs RS car, trying to go up the inside on Alex Hansen. No, isn't going to go quite there yet in time. John Wad is out of this race now. JPR has taken his pit stop. The number 15 is out on track by himself. The number 95 just getting out on track. And there goes the pass. Casey Swansiger gets past Alex Hansen. Now Beachley wants to shoot up the inside as well. Didn't want to go for it there. Had to slow down a little bit more than necessary to make sure he didn't go into the wall at the end of 13. Awfully tricky corner where you want to push as much as possible. Get on throttle early. But if you get on throttle a little too early or carry too much speed, you'll find yourself collecting one of those blue barriers. Talking about blue barriers again, here's turn 15, another spot where you can get on throttle a little too soon, but Beachley's doing a great job navigating this and trying to get through on Alex Hansen, setting this one up towards turn 1, breaking at the 200 board. A little bit later for Beachley now, goes up the inside of Alex Hansen. Alex Hansen has to go out to the curbs now, and he maintains his track position just in front, but now this is going to catch up to the Sobrantes car. Joshua Worley able to get around the Josh Grush car. It looks like there's a four-way battle right here. George Elmer battling out with Joe Khalil. And in front we have Josh Grush and then Squirrely Whirly. It looks like Khalil might get one done on George Elmer side by side in the bus stop chicane. Is it going to be a switchback? No, he can't get it planted. The cars are just driving too well right now. And Elmer now is going to go for a twofer around the outside of Josh Grush, who had a mistake through the bus stop chicane, holding on for just one more day. Now he's going to shoot up the inside for sure on Josh Grush. Is he going to maintain his track position? I think so. He goes up the inside, does a great job of holding on and containing that momentum that he needs to go into the toe. But Josh Grush is going to power right on through back at it. But will he drift out? A little bit of door banging there between the white and the teal colored cars, but no rubbing is not racing. Oh man, Josh Grush maintaining his track position, but just barely in front of that 22, the 35, holding on for a little bit, but then gets bumped in the rump, and now he's gonna get that tank slapper, got it collected, and he's gonna settle down right in front of Dr. Porkchop. And Joe Khalil loses a position to George Elmer overall in that. Josh Grush involved with that collision with George Elmer. Dr. Porkchop gets around Adriano Moro in all that hecticness. Let's take a look back at Jaeger Caro chasing down Aaron John. This is going to be a good battle between the AMGs, one that we saw during the rookies race, and of course it's going to continue for the Pro-Am Open Series as well. Up the inside, here goes Jaeger Caro on Aaron John. No, Aaron John blows through his break point, I think, and now Jaeger Caro is going to have a big old run at turn 1, and he's going to be side by side up the S's right now, and hopefully they don't go off in the S's just like the podcast. And now Aaron John's maintaining a lot of momentum. Crisscross applesauce, no, Aaron John can't hold on. Jaeger Caro maintains the lead. Adriano Moro was within a tenth of Dr. Porkchop on the entrance to the bus stop chicane. I think he backed out of it, didn't want to have an incident there. John Hawley chasing down Alex Hansen. Alex Hansen has been falling down the order. Qualified in second position, now into the top 9. The AMG GT4 with its 4-liter V8 twin turbo with its 510 horsepower is going to be able to pull out on that 3.8 flat 6 of the 718 Cayman GT4. And lurking in the background is Joshua Worley in an ever-commanding Camaro Chevrolet with 6.2-liter V8 with 450 horsepower. Here goes Joshua Worley, 2/10ths back from the AMG. Now this is going to give Alex Hansen some breathing room that he respectfully deserves. Let you guys battle out in class while I go chase down Casey Swansiger out in front. Now V8 on V8 side by side coming down the front straight right now. John Hawley is through. Joshua Worley is going to go back through turn one. He goes over the curbs, goes a little too deep there, and goes off track by quite a margin. Adriano Moro chasing down Dr. Porkchop there. Oh, the 570S of Adriano Moro for the Limit Road Racing Team, chasing down Dr. Porkchop, trying to hold on at the bus stop chicane, but that 570S is going to go through on the brakes. It's high downforce, able to provide some extra braking power and keep it nice and stable, and Dr. Porkchop has nothing to say about that. John Hawley able to get through on Alex Hansen in the background. Oh, and we got another battle going on in front. That's Casey Swansiger getting passed by Justin Beachley, I think. The number 42, that's Professor Chronotis, excuse me. No, Chronotis goes through on Swansiger, or is getting caught by Swansiger at least. And Beachley's in the background in this number 18 cat car. And now Swansiger has got two pro cars separating him from Alex Hansen at least. And speaking of Alex Hansen, there goes side by side with Squirrely Whirly trying to go through, and he is able to go through the number 47 through on the 390. Championship implications for sure right now as Alex Hansen is chasing down Casey Swansiger. Alex Hansen sure could use a win right now in this amateur category. Here's a battle, the number 84 trying to go through on Professor Chronotis. Beautiful shot. Here goes Justin Beachley's point of view on this. Two McLarens going side by side, about to be three-way battle now. And Justin Beachley trying to give the hurry up to the 84 car, trying to slip through on Professor Chronotis as well side by side. The number 18 following as much as possible of that 84. Couldn't quite maintain the momentum that he needed to get through on Professor Chronotis. Justin Beachley is trying his best. Now he's in the grasp of John Hawley. John Hawley late on the brakes, trying to follow Beachley through. The cars are getting unsettled, and there goes an unsettling moment right there. And Professor Chronotis goes around. Beachley collects Chronotis, and John Hawley is able to go through. And this slinking is all going to collect these cars back together again. Get back to a battle. Here's George Elmer now chasing down Alex Hansen. He's the big strong man on the glue bottle. Or is that a cow? Someone correct me. Is there a cow or is there a man on the glue bottle? I think it might be a cow actually. George Elmer, either way, the glue man sticking to Alex Hansen like the glue that he is. Hansen goes back over to the racing line. Elmer goes back over to the racing line side by side. Hansen leaves a ton of room on the inside. And it looks like George Elmer is able to go through on Alex Hansen. Very well done. Clean racing all around with those red striped tires. Dr. Porkchop and Professor Chronotis going side by side right now at the end of turn 13. 110 separating them. It looks like Porkchop's up the inside, and it looks like that 42's got a lot of damage. That car has not got the downforce it should have. And Dr. Porkchop's through on Professor Chronotis, and I presumably is going to see Professor Chronotis into the pits, and he is. Beachley's also to the pits. Joshua Worley's into the pits as well. Early pit stops for half of these drivers. The track is still green. Track temperature is going to be 27 degrees Celsius. Ambient temperature is going to be 22 degrees Celsius. Jaeger Caru and Pedro Artoni at turn one. Jaeger Caru is going to be able to go through, holding on to this position on Pedro Artoni right now. And the Neil Kerbel blastered car. But Pedro Artoni is going to have a big run, V8 on V8, performing in different ways. That Camaro is going to have a big old run after the high downforce section of the S's. But will it be enough? I don't think so. Not quite yet. Pedro Artoni chasing down Jaeger Caru, the 15th and 14th position overall. What's up, Darren Robichaud? Thank you very much for being here. Cheers from Canada, he says. Thank you very much. Love your support. Pork Chop now chasing down Adriana Moro. Adriana Moro in the Limit Road racing car. We've got a three-way battle back here. Spady Bud, Jaeger Caro, and Pedro Artoni all battling it out for 15th, 14th, and 13th. And there goes Artoni making a look on the inside of the AMG, returns to the racing line, isn't going to go for it, but trying to force Jaeger Caro into somewhat of a mistake, but can't really do so. Aaron John having a slip up in the number 24. Now Phil Lee's chasing him down. Phil Lee's able to get through on Aaron John. No harm, no foul there. Jaeger Caro is side by side with Pedro Artoni and chasing down Spady Bud. A little bit of a mistake there for the AMG of Jaeger Caro. That Camaro is going to stretch its legs now. Flat on the throttle. The V8 6.3 liter car is going to try to look up the inside, but doesn't have enough room to make it happen. Tries to go late on the brakes there, and Jaeger Caro is able to defend very well, but Artoni's going to have a nice run up the hill through the S's now. And I think that 9.7 is going to have a position over the 920. Jaeger Caro isn't a type of battler to give it up just with one try, but he battles it out too hard through the S's and bangs into the wall. And that'll be the end of this battle for now. John Hawley gets passed by George Elmer. The battle for 6th and 7th overall. John Hawley in the Sobrantes car, George Elmer in the white glue looking car. Battling it out for positions overall. Swansager walking away with it. He's got a 6.5 gap to Shane Domlin in 4th place right now. Right now, it's Ollie Ross that leads Brian Clementi, leads Potts Weaver, Shane Domlin, Casey Swansager. There's your top 5. George Elmer, Holly, Khalil, Hansen, Grush, Dr. Porkchop. There's your top 10, folks. And Alex Hansen chasing down Joe Khalil. He's got 4/10 separating him right now, and John Hawley's got 4/10 separating him from George Elmer as well. The GT4 racing tonight has done nothing but satisfy all night long. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you're on the YouTube side. And if you like the content that we're producing, go ahead and check out our YouTube shorts where all of the highlights that we have captured from the race are going to be showcased over and over and over again. Brian Clementi into the pits right now, losing out a few positions. Alex Hansen closing down 2/10 right now to Joe Khalil. And here's Jaeger Caro trying to get past Pedro Artoni one more time, and he is able to do so before the end of turn 1. Doesn't want to go for a move at turn 1, says Artoni. He knows he's got a little bit of a lead on Jaeger Caro. And might be able to pull something off at the bus stop chicane, but we're all stuck behind Spady Bud for now. Here goes Adriana Moro and Dr. Porkchop going side by side, and Dr. Porkchop's able to defend his position in front of Adriana Moro. The 71 leading the 37, the AMR over the 570S of the 37 of Adriana Moro for Limit Road Racing. The Aston Martin Vantage features a 4.0-liter V8 with 495 horsepower, known for its balanced handling and strong acceleration, popular choice amongst most drivers, but the same can be said about the McLaren 570S with its sharp handling, high performance, 540 horsepower V8 twin turbo 3.8 liter, and it's got high aerodynamic components that enhance the downforce, improving stability at high speed, which you need through turns 1, 2, 3, and into the bus stop chicane. The battle between Jaeger Caro and Pedro Artoni rages on. It continues. The battle for 13th and 14th position, and they're still stuck behind Spady Bud right now, who's in 12th position, doing a great job of defending, keeping these boys behind him right now. But it won't be too long before they try to work their way together to get past Spady Bud. Oh, and there goes Jaeger Caro trying to make a look on Spady Bud there on the inside at turn 15. It's going to allow Artoni to have a drag race with Jaeger Caro again along the inside. Spady Bud's driving a Camaro as well as Artoni. Let's go to a quick helicam to see how Artoni's trying to get the move done. And he does a nice switchback, but Spady Bud's got it engaged on the Optimum Racing line. The number 21 doing a good job of driving forward. And this is going to throw Artoni into the wall this time. Jaeger Caro is going to maintain the momentum and go back through on Artoni. And this is all going to be due to the cork in the bottle that is Spady Bud. Spady Bud has to yield a little bit now as Jaeger Caro is going to try to get through side by side on the entrance of the bus stop chicane, deep in the braking zone, right at the orange board marker. And Jaeger Caro escapes with his life and now has a buffer between him and Artoni. Artoni chasing down the Bud man. Take a look at George Elmer chasing down Swansinger. Another battle that has raged on for the past 20 or so minutes. Don't forget, everybody, we do have a mandatory pit stop coming out for all of the drivers. Mandatory fuel, not mandatory tires, but the track has gone fast at this point, so I imagine when the track goes optimum, drivers are going to decide to switch over to a new set of tires. Whoa, here goes Shane Domelin from FNM up into third place, chasing down Potts Weaver, then the Lincoln Logs car in the number 13. Shane Domelin gets past Ollie Raza, who has just taken his pit stop right now. So things are getting shaken up just due to the track conditions. Ollie Raza is splitting this race down the middle, but will definitely come out in a little bit of traffic that he's going to have to contend with. Potts Weaver now inherits the lead of the race with Shane Domelin in second place. Casey Swansinger, John Hawley, Joe Khalil, there's your top 5. Hansen is in 6th, Josh Grush, Adriano Moro, Jaeger Caro, and Spady Bud. There's your top 10. First of the pitters is going to be Ollie Raza as he's in the pits right now, then Elmer Porkchop. Ollie Raza is already on his way out of the pits. 32.8 seconds stationary. You know that man took tires.
We are at the halfway mark, still a long way to go.
How is Phil Lee ahead of Ollie Raza right now? Is that right? No, Phil Lee has not taken a pit stop. Okay. Phil Lee has not served a mandatory pit stop yet. That makes sense. He's got one more to go. Here's Artoni now trying to get past Spady Bud again. Oh, these two cars chasing each other down pretty steadily. 6.3 liter V8s. 6.2 liter V8s with 450 horsepower. These muscular, manly looking cars, iconic of American heritage racing. When these cars came out, I don't think anybody expected them to enter GT4 category and perform as well as they do, but they are. Can't wait till the Toyota Supra GT4 gets released for ACC as well. That'll be a sight for sore eyes, and I'm sure it'll be a crowd favorite instantly. Here goes a move. Now looks left, looks right indeed. Pedro Artoni and Spady Bud going side by side down the front straight right now. A little bit of contact between them. Artoni going through at turn 1. Spady Bud trying to close down the door. A little bit of door banging between them at the apex of turn 1. And Artoni slows down just a little bit. Can he maintain the momentum up the hill? They're going to try to go side by side up the hill through the S's. And Artoni's not going to be able to maintain that speed and clatters into the wall. Collects Spady Bud. And that'll be the end of that battle for now. Slowing down like the gentleman he is, Artoni for Limit Road Racing, letting Spady Bud catch back up and resume the battle. Here goes Ollie Raza getting around those drivers right there. And got around Phil Lee with relative ease, and now he's chasing down Artoni and Spady Bud. This is your potential race leader right now due to the pit stop cycle that people still have to take. Pottsweaver leaves Shane Dumoulin in the dust by around 0.8 of a second, 1 second gap right now. And here goes Artoni and Spady Bud one more time. And Ali Raza, they're on the lead lap, so technically do not need to get out of the way for Ali Raza, but this is going to slow him down by quite a bit of time as a little bit of defensive action goes on for Pedro Artoni. Gets out of the way, lets the inside line go, and now he has to deal with Spady Bud. Spady Bud going to the optimum line. Ali Raza tucks in behind. Joe Khalil's into the pits. Shane Dumoulin's into the pits. Pottsweaver going a little bit slowly as he has to get around a back marker. Jaeger Caro gets around Joe Khalil, Josh Grush, and Shane Dumoulin. He inherits 4th place overall. The number 920 in 4th place. Ali Raza trying to look for a gap around Spady Bud. Can't find the gap. Artoni gets passed by Phil Lee, it looks like. A lapped car, not a lap car technically, but Phil Lee still has to take his pit stop, and Artoni is slowed down considerably so, and Ali Raza is able to get through at the S's over Spady Bud. Phil Lee still chasing down Pedro Artoni. Must not have taken his mandatory fuel, I presume, because he was in the pits, but just did not take his fuel, it seems. First of the pitters is Ali Raza, Phil Lee, then Brian Clementi, Shane Dumoulin, James Pierre Reed, JPR. What? JPR? JPR, the number 15 in 11th place right now? Is that right? JPR, who pit on the first lap? Holy smokes, great drive out of JPR. Silent but deadly, it seems. In the Audi R8. Doing a really good job of driving silently but deadly, just having his own little race for the Celsius Autosport team. John Hawley now into the pits. So Pottsweaver, Alex Hansen, Jaeger Caro, Ali Raza now. Dr. Porkchop chasing down Jeff Franks. Stuck behind is Adriano Moro. Adriano Moro in the number 37 in 21st position. John Hawley, Spady Bud, Artoni all into the pit lane right now. This is going to promote all the drivers up to where they belong. Ali Raza leads Phil Lee by 7.8 seconds. That's your battle for the lead of the race. Well, not really. Phil Lee has not taken his mandatory pit stop. Here goes Dr. Porkchop chasing down Jeff Franks. Tries to do a switchback on him at turn 15. Around the outside he goes. Now he's going to carry a ton of speed towards turn 1. The AMR Vantage over the AMG. Lurking in the background, though, is Adriano Moro in the 570S. Lurking and lingering. Here goes Artoni into the pits. Let's go back to the battle with Dr. Porkchop. Switchback, not engaged, losing out a little bit of momentum. They're going to go 3 wide up the S's? I don't think so. Adriano Moro goes through on Jeff Franks and Dr. Porkchop. No love lost there. 2-for-1 special for Adriano Moro. That must be a Brazilian thing. Excellent move, excellent passing opportunity. Waited for the battle to get heated between these two drivers, and there goes Jeff Franks towards the inside line of the bus stop chicane. He navigates it very well, staying in touch with Adriano Moro. Let's go check up on George Elmer and John Hawley. The 410 of John Hawley out in front of the number 22, the white car. That's in the AMG. Now we're on the front splitter of the AMG. 410s back from John Hawley out in front. This is the battle for 12th and 11th provisionally right now, though we still have 3 cars who have yet to take their pit stop. 4 cars, excuse me, yet to take their pit stop. Ollie Raza is doing blazing laps, 154.7. Phil Lee is now into the pits to serve his mandatory, tumbling down the order in front of us. AMG on AMG, George Elmer chasing down John Hawley. Get on that front splitter one more time, the Thundercats car. No, now Thundercats gonna have momentum going up the S's. George Elmer now gonna round John Hawley. A little bit of door banging there up the S's, and he's gonna hold on to the optimum line. Brushes the wall just a little bit there at John Hawley. And he's through, done and dusted. Oh, John Hawley's not through with this battle, though, he says, as he's just driving with a little bit of anger beneath him, I could feel like, as he yeets it over the curbs through the bus stop chicane. Dr. Porkchop stuck underneath the rear wing of Adriano Moro from an earlier battle. Coming around the outer loop right now. And a little bit of gap now between him and Dr. Porkchop he's able to gain. Dr. Porkchop closes in under the braking again with that AMR's advantage. Here's George Elmer and John Hawley again. 2 AMGs going after it, not separated by a half second. Whoa, there goes George Elmer into the walls at turn 13. And that's going to allow John Hawley an opportunity to regain some momentum back through turn 14 and 15. But I don't think he's close enough. I wasn't sure if I knew where the car was going to go. Hawley probably definitely didn't know and backed out of that one for sure. Go check out Dr. Porkchop and Adriano Moro at turn 13, where we just saw the drivers. Professor Kanotis and Jeff Franks also lurking in the background. October is almost here. October will be here tomorrow, actually. What's going to be your costume for Halloween there, Adam Strange? Someone told me a weird fact. I guess Halloween's going to be on October 13th for the first time in 666 years. That can't be right. That can't be right at all. Halloween's always like at the end of the year. Casey Swansiger chasing down Josh Grush, or end of the month. And the gap just opens up again on Swansiger. Where is Alex Hansen? Alex Hansen has not taken his pit stop yet. This could be the battle for the lead of the amateur series. Excuse me. Josh Grush is going to be able to hold up Swansiger right now as Alex Hansen has clear air in front of him. In second place right now, the 390. I thought something happened to him, but no, nothing's happened to Alex Hansen, and that's exactly the way he wants it. And he might have 50 seconds in the bag to make this pit stop cycle work in his favor. If Alex Hansen can push it to the end of this race, he can take his mandatory fuel, take those 25 seconds, save 5 seconds, and even jump Casey Swansiger in the pit stop cycle, who did take tires. Swansiger with a 38.8 stationary, 32 transient. Whoa, and there goes Dr. Porkchop into Adriano Moro, spins him around. The 37 gets spun by the number 71, and the 71 drives off into the night. Josh Grush and Casey Swansiger, though, invert positions there. Let's see if we can get a quick 30 for 30. And here's how Swansiger was able to get past Grush at turn 15, and now hopefully this will be at turn 1, nice and clean. And it is nice and clean for the 84 and the 35. Swansager must have heard me saying that Alex Hansen has not pit, and he knew he had to get by a Grush to get into some clean air. Lap times right now for Swansager, 56.58 compared to Alex Hansen's 57.262. Whoa, there goes Potts Weaver, who's in the lead of this race, getting passed by what looked like Spady Bud in the background. And Spady Bud, who has taken his pit stop, is technically on the lead lap. And Spady Bud is getting chased down by Phil Lee, and both of them are on the same lap with the same strategy as well. Because Phil Lee has taken his second pit stop of the race, repaired his damage, and then also managed to take his fuel. The McDonald's sponsored car. Ooh. Pork shop making pork pass. Yep, indeed. Number 19 position, Adriano Moro, still trying to limp his way back home to the pit stops to try to repair that damage. That wheel cannot be tracking in a straight line now. And no, it is not. It is definitely crooked. Here goes Squirrely Whirly chasing down Alex Freeman. Battle for the top 10. Squirrely Whirly is in 8th position right now, trying to chase down Alex Freeman, who's in 7th position right now. Am I going to dress up? I was thinking about dressing up my dog as a sheriff, and then I was going to dress up as a horse. I thought that would be pretty funny. What do you think, Adam Strange? That wasn't like Lamau or emoji funny, apparently, so it can't be that funny. You just said that would be funny. You didn't give me an LOL. Ouch. Joshua Worley chasing down Alex Freeman right now, trying to go around the outside of the toe. Can he get it collected, though? I don't think so. Not enough momentum there. The switchback, potentially so. Let's see if he got it going. I don't think so. Squirrely Whirly chasing down Alex Freeman, trying to carry that momentum to the heel. And he's going to be separated by around 3/10. Joshua Worley in the DRL badged car. Wait, that's not a D. Wait, it is DRL, but this isn't DRL. This is Tracklicious, folks. Thank you, Adam Strange. Thank you. I'll even give you a little Lexus emote. Alex Freeman, Joshua Worley right now. Worley trying to secure a better than top 10. He's battling in the top 7, working his way forward. Potts Weaver still in the lead of this race. Where did Alex Hansen come out? Alex Hansen came out just 1.9 seconds behind Casey Swansinger in the pit stop cycle. Oh, there goes Freeman and Joshua Worley side by side right now, and Joshua Worley's able to go through on Freeman there at the boot entry, the chute. And just as I was looking at Alex Freeman and Casey Swansinger, the battle for amateur category, Jaeger Karu is still out there, hasn't taken his pit stop, and neither has Potts Weaver in the lead of this race. 5 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock, everybody. The 570S getting passed by the Camaro V8 6.2 liter car. And walking away with it now, 1.3 second gap separating Joshua Worley from Alex Freeman. And Joshua Worley, Squirrely Worley, is going to be happy with this one. Top 7 finish for sure. Flashy of the headlights as that's JPR into 6th place. What happened to JPR? Positions gained overall, 19 positions gained right now, and he has already made his pit stop. JPR is on a heck of a drive right now. Silent but deadly pass from him. Overall, the Celsius Autosports car has done phenomenally well this entire race. Driving stealthily, having clear track in front of him for the majority of this race, lapping into the 156.1s. His best lap being a 55.5. Only 1 second off the pace from Ali Raza. Spady Bud, Adriano Moro, and Phil Lee in the background. In 5 minutes time, we're going to have an ad coming in. I've run out of snoozes to run. I'm sorry, but that'll be the end of this race, hopefully. Number 13 of Potts Weavers into the pits. The number 30 of Ali Raza just getting to the start-finish straight right now. So 2 more laps left to go. This one plus 2 more. Where does the big pop man come out? The number 13 in 3rd place, tumbling down the order. Track has gone optimum. Rain is to come in 10 minutes. Hopefully not sooner than that for these drivers. Potts Weaver comes out in 3rd place. Wow. Right behind Jaeger Karu, who has not taken his pit stop yet, in the lead of his race for the amateurs. Oh, Swansager trying to get through on Khalil. Able to do so at turn 1 side by side. The 84 and the 26 side by side through the S's, and it looks like Khalil backs out of it. Alex Hansen lurking in the background, trying to get involved in this, hoping that Khalil can slow down Swansager by just a little bit. Alex Freeman having a mistake somewhere out on track, and the 14 goes off. Let's see if we can catch a replay of what happened to the number 14. And on the entrance to the bus stop chicane, let's see if where his break point is. Oh, he just breaks on the grass and then has to go in a straight line, cuts through the chicane, and rejoins the racing circuit for the number 14. Thankfully, doesn't lose any positions out of that. Here is Alex Hansen chasing down Joe Khalil. And trying to get this move done and over with so he can get back into his battle with Casey Swansager for potentially the lead of the race. Final lap, here we go for the leader. And it looks like the 920 is going to have to come into the pits right now. And he is. The 920 is coming into the pits. There goes Alex Hansen up the inside of Khalil at the heel. And they're going to go side by side. And everything looks neat and tidy. Alex Hansen's going to have the inside line, but switch over to the outside line for turn 13. And we've got lap traffic going to get in the way. Oh my goodness, they split him like a pig. And Alex Hansen navigates that like a professional driver would. Stuck to a racing line, committed to that, and got around him. Again, up the inside at turn 15, trying to get something done now before it's too late. George Elmer is getting awfully close to Alex Freeman. The battle for 7th and 8th, Squirrely Whirly, has peeled off from there. Alex Hansen takes a look up the inside line, doesn't go for it just yet, wants to preserve the race that he has in his pocket. Jaeger Karu comes out of the pits behind all the drivers that we were just watching. Swansager, Hansen, and even Josh Grush potentially. Let's see where Josh Grush is out on track. Josh Grush is able to get around Jaeger Karu as well. So Jaeger Karu potentially into 4th place. Yes, he is into 4th place in class as the timing tower gets updated. And George Elmer trying to chase down Alex Freeman, as I believe that's the number 24 of Aaron John. That is Aaron John. Spady Bud, Phil Lee, Adriano Moro, quick battle for 19th, 20th, and 21st on the final lap. That McLaren may have had a lot of downforce. Oh, and Ali Raza finishes the race, crosses the line. We're going to stick on this battle for just a few more moments. I apologize, everybody, but Ali Raza does take the race win. We're going to stick on this. Spady Bud might be trying to make a move on Phil Lee. The battle for 19th and 20th and 21st isn't quite over. Pottsweaver is going to be the next one across the line. The number 13 gets to the line, and it's going to be over 2nd place for Pottsweaver. Ad break coming in 3 seconds. I apologize. I can't do anything about it, everybody. Use your Prime sub while you can. Pottsweaver, Brian Clementi, Shane Dumlin, James Pierre-Reed, Joshua Worley, Alex Freeman, George Elmer, John Hawley, Casey Swansiger, Joe Khalil, Alex Hansen, then Josh Grush, Justin Beachley, Jaeger Karu is going to bring it home in 15th, Professor Carnotis in 16th, Jeff Franks in 17th, Dr. Porkchop in 18th, and 19th is Phil Lee, but chasing down is Spady Bud, and Adriano Moro is chasing down as well. Last lap battle coming in at the entrance to turn 13 right now. Getting awfully squirrely there. There goes up the inside, Spady Bud on the inside of that Porsche. Can he make a move stick? I don't think so. Not as good in the twisty bits, but Adriano Moro wants to get involved and goes through on them both. And now Spady Bud's got it collected. He's the only one not involved in that accident. And Spady Bud's going to go ahead and take 19th position. Phil Lee and Adriano Moro invert positions to cross the line. The gentlemanly thing to do after making a last lap lunge mistake. Pedro Artoni and Aaron John. I will take interviews from Ali Raza, Pottsweaver, Brian Clementi. I'll even take Swansiger, Hansen, and who was the third one in amateur class? Cody Blanton has gifted 5 subs to viewers. Thank you so much, sir. Really appreciate the love and support you're giving here tonight. Already gave a sub out to himself, and now he's given 5 more. Oven 20, DJ Coco, Olvord, and Oromis, and Lupa, and Lizzie Swade. Amazing job. Thank you so much. Whoop. Hit the wrong button. I apologize. We're not going back to that starting screen. Grabbing people for interviews. We've got the green room ready to go. Ali Raza took the win. Pottsweaver, Brian Clementi. Let's take Brian Clementi first. Mr. Clementi, are you there? Can you hear me?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how did your race go, Mr. Clementi? Pretty quietly, I think?
Pretty boring at first, yeah. It was. I think I saw the replay. It looks like Potts did a little mistake on the curb on the inside. He hopped up a little, and I sneaked by him, and I was doing great. It was actually kind of boring. I was by myself, and then I messed up. I did one bad lap. I did a 57, and that was the lap that he was in the pits, and Potts just got me. I saw him. I was like, "Oh no, he's right there!" And right after turn 1, I was like, "All right, let me just stay in P3, hopefully." So yeah, I got lucky.
Man. Well, amazing race out of you, and you got to get a taste of the champagne. And on the 3rd step of the podium, that must feel pretty good after making a mistake and still being able to clunch down on P3, right?
Yeah. Oh man, I'm super happy with the results for sure. Yeah.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. What part of your race may we have missed throughout all that action that was taking place?
Not sure what you guys missed. I mean, I was just, it was boring. Don't even watch me right now. 'Cause it was just nobody around me, man. Nobody. So
It felt like it, man. You had a pretty quiet and stealthy race, just like
yeah,
JPR, just collecting positions, like you said, throughout the pit stop cycle for the most part.
yeah. I just took it as mentally. I'm like, this is just practice. Just pretend you're practicing, and that's it. It's a test day, you know. So I
Oh,
just
well,
took it like that mentally.
well, great job collecting it and getting onto the podium. Thank you very much. Is there anybody you want to thank before we let you go and we get over to Potts Weaver's a little bit more exciting race?
Probably my friends. You know, they helped me out with my stream that I just got going right now on YouTube. So yeah, thanks to them. Yeah.
Oh,
That's it.
nice. If you want to
Yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead and drop your link in chat, I'll go ahead and allow that message to come through. If you are on the Twitch side, I'll go ahead and permit that at any time. I'd love to see your
All right.
stream as well, Mr. Clementi.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Hey,
Have a
no
good night.
problem. Have a great night, sir. Be safe.
You too. Bye.
The big pop man himself, it's Potts Weaver in the booth. How are you doing, Potts?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am living the dream. This has been an amazing night of racing here on Tracklicious, and you guys did nothing but be boring. How was your race?
I mean, sometimes boring is fast. So, my strat was to just do a splash and dash. I started with 70 liters and pitted on like the last 2 laps. And I think I was just talking to Ali Raza, and he said that sometimes you don't get away from the pack when you do that in the beginning because you're carrying so many liters. But it seemed to work out because I must have missed some I don't know if I'd call them incidences, but some battling and whatnot that would have slowed me down. And I ended up, when I came out of the pits, came out in second, and I held it for the last 2 laps. So I can't complain there.
Did. You really held on for super long there. That was pretty remarkable of a run that you had. And Mr. Consistency doing really well. Gotta say, thank you very much for the 3 bits, Adam Strange. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. But yeah, man, you had a pretty amazing drive. What was the key to your success that you had? I mean, your consistency was on point, and even Brian Clementi was commenting on how well you drove, just really consistently, and undercut him through the pit stop strategy, or overcut him.
I really can't say skill wise, but I've done Watkins quite a bit throughout our Trackalicious series, and it's one of my favorites. So I put a lot of time into practice and whatnot. I was actually surprised that the race was not wet because I had practiced a lot of wet laps, which allowed me to get towards the top in qualifying by doing that. So I think that had a big part to play as well.
Well, yeah, the practice session was completely wet, right?
Exactly. The majority, like 90% or more, were some consistency of wet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. So to see the practice session go one way and then the race session another way, how'd you manage to just deal with your setup changes or even your driving style changes?
To be honest, the driving style wasn't different. I just had to basically slow down a little bit more, wait to get on the gas in the corners, in the wet. So it wasn't a big deal.
Right on, right on. Well, you did a wonderful job of maintaining your consistency throughout the race. Is there anything that we may have missed or anybody you want to thank before I grab Ali Raza, our race winner?
No, just thanking Ali for being a good sport and always giving advice and talking about racing and racecraft and all that is great. And I love seeing you comment on stream. You do a great job. So glad to be here.
Thanks, Potts Weaver. Thank you guys for having us. Have a wonderful night and remember to be safe.
You too. Take care.
Bye. Let's grab Mr. Raza, our race winner. We are in a hype train right now, Mr. Raza. So choo-choo, how did your race go for us?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty smooth sailing for me, but it was fun. I mean, I just went away and that's about it. It wasn't really that interesting, to be honest.
You seem pretty calm, cool, and collected for that race. You did have a couple of back markers come out in front of you, or you had some battling you had to do, right? There was a battle between, I think, Spady Bud and another Camaro. I can't remember who it was, but they were battling right in front of you for quite some time. You know, talk us through how you're able to navigate some of those people that are really on the same lap as you.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw they were both fighting for position, so I was like, I mean, I can give away some time, so I'll let them have a little battle, and if it's safe for me to pass, then I'll go for it. So that's what I did.
Nice.
Um,
And that pays off. What is it? It's the safety factor over the time factor. Is that what your cost benefit analysis is going through in your head?
yeah, basically.
Oh, that's smart and good advice for everybody who's listening at home. Safety over the pace for sure, because what's the downside of when you take an aggressive move and you end up having an incident passing someone who's on the same lap as you?
Yeah, I mean, you could just run into an incident, or you're also just ruining their fight for position. Technically, they're ahead of me by position, so I can't just just send it. They're not actually blue flag, even though they have to pit. Like technically, yeah, they would be behind me, but it's still, the respectable thing to do to pass safely.
100%, Ollie Raza. Way to be a respectable gentleman and give them the racing room that they deserve to get that one done and dusted with. Is there anything in your race we may have missed or anything you want to comment on before we let you go?
No, man, thank you guys for putting on a show, and have a good friend watching. Oh, thank you.
Hopefully he enjoyed or they enjoyed the racing. There was so much good action to be had up and down the field. Thank you very much, Ali Raza, for your time. I always enjoy your company. Congratulations on another win.
Thank you, man.
Take care.
Take care.
Well, everybody, this is going to wrap it up for us. Let me go through the calendar one more time so everybody knows how to find us before we let off. We got our GT4 Rookies Championship on Mondays, and our GT4 Open Series is right after that. Obviously, that's just what we watched today. On Tuesdays, we have our NASCAR Truck Series that just finished up. And then on Thursdays, we have our iRacing Championship that will finish up at Daytona this week. GT3 West Coast Championship, that's going to be on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And this week, we're going to be at Circuit of the America. GT3 Championship, our Premier Series event, is Sundays at 8:30 p.m. And this week, we're going to be at Alton Park. Special events coming up: Spooky Suzuki on October 30th, the Sun Sprint at Zandvoort on November 3rd, Flooded Silver Zone on November 6th. Don't miss it at all. That's going to be it for me tonight, folks. Thank you very much for all of your love and support in the Discord chat, in the Twitch chat, in the YouTube chat side as well. And if you liked what you saw, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below, all that good stuff that you're supposed to say. But the reality is you guys make this stream a lot better than it should be. So thank you very much for all of your love and support that you guys are able to give. I appreciate everybody's opportunity to bring something to the table. Have a great night, everybody. And please, as always, remember to stay safe. Goodbye.